tonight. I would say who's excited like I'm talking to a live crowd, but you're all in a chat room, so let's get started. You all unlocked the chef's hat, which is going to stay on for the entire demo. We are playing tonight to benefit the Transgender Law Center, and Danielle has said that for as much money as you all donate during the stream, she will match. So please throw a ton of money at this and make her regret that decision.
Yes, please make me regret this decision.
We would really love it if you made her really regret her choices. So for those of you who have not tuned in to an Exalted stream before, hello everyone. I am Monica. I am one of the developers for Exalted Essence. I did a lot of systems development and design for this, and I'm going to be running the game tonight. I'm really excited to be here. Hello to everyone in the chat, and hello to the Discord. I know you're all watching.
Hi, chat and Discord.
I am going to have the rest of the crew introduce themselves based on who is on my screen right now, so that's going to be Dixie.
Oh, hello. I'm on the screen right now.
You are on my screen right now.
I'm one of the in-house developers at Onyx Path. I edit a lot of books. I am overseeing Exalted Essence as a development project, although Monica and Neil are doing the bulk of the work. Everybody in this game has worked on Essence, and we're very, very excited to play it for you live. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Awesome. Let's go to Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren Roy. I am also one of the writers and developers on Exalted, and I write other stuff, and I suppose I should apologize in advance for this little... This is Ada, and she is very busy. She will be out tonight.
My cat will also join us at some point, I am almost certain, because she likes to just walk on my desk and try to, like, eat my pens. And so I have to remove her, and it's every stream I've done since we got this cat. Like, the cat is at some point on the stream.
Yes.
People love cats, though. It's fine.
Drink when you see the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Drink when you see a cat. All right.
We're all going to just die.
Well, can do.
All right. Well, you're all taking it. Ray, you're next.
Damn it. Hi, I'm Ray Cole. I'm also, as has been mentioned, I'm one of the many writers on Exalted Essence. I have been playing Exalted for an unreasonably long time and kind of cut my role-playing teeth on it. So I'm really excited to be on this project and writing and playing, and I'm not nervous at all.
That's right. I'm not nervous at all either. Okay, that leaves us with Danielle.
Hi, I'm Danielle. I am a writer on Exalted Essence. I am also a developer at Onyx Path for lots of other stuff, mostly Story Path stuff. I have played Exalted Essence exactly once before with Monica during OPPCon, and I got to play a really badass Dawn-cased Solar Exalt, and so tonight, instead of being a big smash dumb Dawn Solar, I am being a sneaky something else. We'll get to
Daycast Abyssal.
Yeah, something else. I don't know. My character sheet's on the printer, and I'm gonna go grab it in a minute. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Yes, I'm an idiot. If whatever we donate, starting, which I've already got $50 has been donated since we started, and I hit go. Every dollar you donate during this 3-hour period, I will match. So it is. Yeah, I know you can see my case mark that I still have to say it. Okay. So all right. So anyway, yay. That's it. That's me.
Okay, let's go. Hurry up. Go get your character sheet. Go.
I was definitely not reading my character sheet while Danielle was talking. Yeah, like, what do I have?
We're definitely not pulling this together right now. Danny, okay, cool. That was fast. I wasn't sure how far away.
It was literally like just on the other corner of the room.
Right over there? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So tonight I have prepared for you an interesting adventure. So last time, if you tuned in, the session last time was a good bit more combat focused, and that adventure was about a bunch of people overthrowing an undead tyrant and beating the shit out of him. So this time we're going to do something a little bit different and show off some of the systems that didn't get touched on quite as in depth as we did last time. So there's probably not going to be as much smashing this time around, but you never know that their player characters, they could start a fight at any time. So, so here's the hook for your characters in this adventure, because they don't know either, except Ray, who helped me come up with this morning.
morning.
So also it's for our two people in the game who are a little bit newer to Exalted. That's Danielle and Dixie. It's going to be a little bit lore heavy, so if you're at any point like, Monica, what the fuck is that? Just stop, and I will explain it to you. I don't think anything in here is so inside baseball that it's going to be too difficult to explain.
Question. Are we going to have to juice a Chilican?
I hope not.
Look, I worked real hard to save that Chilican, okay?
So, all of your Exalted personages have been invited to a calibration party. Do I need to explain what calibration is to you? Danielle is nodding. Yes, we do. So creation has a different calendar than the real world. It's slightly longer. And then because everything in creation is literally fucking magic, it needs a reset period at the end of the year. So there are 5 days between when the previous year ends and the next year begins, where the rules are made up and the points don't matter.
I freaking love the concept of calibration. It makes
so
me so
fucking
happy.
Cool. It's also like the way it's celebrated in the world is sort of somewhere between New Year's, Christmas, and Halloween, which sounds like the best fucking holiday imaginable for 5 days.
Yes, amazing.
So, like, demons can get in real easy. Ghosts can materialize really easily. It's easy to access the other realms because creation's reality engine is resetting. I assume if you are an ordinary person, this is a terrifying time of year in which you, like, have your hole up in my house, don't leave, masquerade balls and parties and such. And if you're an exalt, it's, party time. It's Christmas. It's great. So you have all been invited to a calibration party. It is being held at the Manse Sanctum, belonging to a god named Egrav, E-G-R-A-V, if you're writing that down or playing along at home. Who has
Is that literally just grave with one letter moved?
It's an anagram of grave. Don't at me. I'm not very good at making up names, but he has...
No, I am in love with this already.
They have just been promoted to the new role of Chairman of Underworld Relations. And the calibration party is both to celebrate the holiday, their ascension to this new position, and the fact that they have been granted the Flame of Exigence. So, on top of all of this, the new chairman is slightly diminished in power because of being granted the Flame of Exigence, and the party has been celebrating their brand new Exalt, who is like 3 days old Exalted, like gifted the Flame of Exigence right before this party happened. And we are going to open 4 days into the party. Something terrible is, of course, going to happen, and you're going to have to deal with this problem. So knowing that this is an important party, bringing together the underworld, creation, and heaven, looking for a peaceable accord, and doing this at the time of year when that's totally feasible, so during calibration, let's think about who our characters are and how they got here. Who would like to start? And if none of you volunteer, I'm going to pick on one of you.
I would start, but right now the stream is voting on my name. So until that's over, I don't have a name yet.
Are you making them pay to vote on your name?
No, but I could say you gotta donate $5 to get a vote, but this may take forever at that point.
That's fair. All right, Lauren, you gave me a name, so we'll start with you. Tell us what kind of character you're playing, your name, and then your character's pronouns, as well as how they wound up here.
Okay. My character's name is Varys. She is a blood-cased liminal, so her pronouns are she, her. And I do a lot of dealing with the underworld, and probably have actually had some dealings with Egrav before. Being, the newly raised chairman of Underworld Relations, we probably had some encounters along their path to their shiny new position.
Okay. Ray, what about your character?
My character is Clarion Star, an Eclipse cast solar. Her main claim to fame currently, as I'm assembling her, is that she's richer than God. She's got resources 5. So the very nature of being an Eclipse and also having more money than most gods probably put her immediately in this guy's orbit.
Did you buy your way into this party?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna call attention to the fact that she also has a cadre of spies followers. We don't talk about that. What we talk about is just how wealthy she is and how much money she has to throw around.
All right, cool. Dixie, what about you?
I haven't named my character yet, so if we want to play with some gothy weird names in the chat, we totally can.
Ray, I missed. Ray, what was your character's name?
Clarion Star.
And
yeah.
She, her, him, he, them,
Yeah,
them?
she, her.
She, her? All right.
She, her.
Clarion.
Can I talk now? Should I talk now?
Yes,
Go
yes.
for it.
Okay. I am playing a No Moon Lunar. I am also a student of Wanasan sorcery. I'm an exorcist. So I think I was probably invited to this party as an oddity because I can talk to ghosts and shit. And because I have these 2 weird funeral priests that follow me everywhere. So I think that because it's calibration and because it's Halloween a little bit and it's spoopy, I was invited here so that I could summon ghosts and talk to them and generally just be creepy so people could point at me and be like, look, it's one of those Wanasan sorcery people. She can talk to dead people. It's a whole thing. Because I don't have resources, so I'm just here to, gain some clout.
Talk to ghosts and gain some clout. All right, cool. Do you have a name yet?
No, I'm looking at everything in there.
Somebody has suggested the Raven in Shadow, which is amazing.
So is that your name now?
For me?
No, for Dixie.
Oh, okay. That's very cool.
Yeah, sure. I'll be the Raven in Shadow. That works.
Shadow? All right. Raven in Shadow.
I'm actually mad that during our last Essence game, I wasted Fluttermouth roosting in poison trees. Because I have a bat spirit shape. Because of course I do. But I wasted the cool pun on cyanide bat last time, so oh well. Here we are.
I'm a huge fan of lunars who have spirit shapes not mentioned in their name. In fact, the animal in your name is
all right, man. The Raven in Shadow.
This is the gothest fucking character I ever played in my entire life, and I've played decades of Vampire the Masquerade.
All right, I guess that leaves it to me.
Yeah, it does leave it to you.
So the most votes that I saw were for
Crow Soul
King.
Crow Soul King?
Crow Soul King.
I've heard Crow Sulking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crow Sulking and Raven and Shadow are best friends. They just sit against the wall at a party and talk about how shitty everything is.
Share a clove cigarette.
Yes.
Exactly.
Crow Soul King is a wayfish man. He's definitely a him. He goes by Crow. You can also call him Soul, and he'll, respond to that. So he is a day-cased abyssal. Everybody thinks he belongs here. He didn't actually get an invitation. He just snuck his way in. If anybody tries to ask him, if he belongs or what's going on, he just kind of disappears and wanders off somewhere else.
I definitely think that him and Raven have become friends over the past 4 days.
Yes.
Just a couple corvids hanging out.
Yes. Let's see. Oh man. I know what happened. Okay. Yeah. So
what's going on?
I'm I'm trying to look at this character sheet and decide what else to say about this character, but it's mostly he doesn't talk much, and when he does, it's often like cutting.
Excellent. I'll give you guys some time to think about your characters and what they look like, and maybe how they interact with each other, because we're going to do the Q&A that we did last time, because that turned out some really cool stuff.
Can I just say one thing before we do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
The absolute best thing on my character sheet is that my 2 grave attendants, the last line of their description is, they dressed up for the party.
Oh, H made the character sheets for everyone, including the notes on them, like that your followers are dressed up for the party. So that's courtesy of
I love
them.
it.
Yeah.
H is the best.
Thanks, H.
So if anybody else has adorable notes like that, that's courtesy of my spouse, who put all these together for you all, because I was like, I don't have time to do this.
She's the best.
All right, so let's start up with. We'll just pick on you, Danielle. You spoke last, so Crow.
Yeah.
All right. Crow, how do you feel? I kind of know how you feel about Raven, since you've been talking for a little bit, but there's the solar hanging around. She's got a lot of money.
Yeah.
And she's probably attracting a lot of attention to herself.
She sure the fuck is.
So how do you feel about this literal beam of sunlight, who may or may not be like in the way of you staying out of people's notice?
So when she steals the spotlight and that allows me to disappear, she's literally the best. But when she tries to talk to me, which then directs all the attention at me, I want to shoot her in the face with my abyssal crossbow. So I have mixed feelings about Clarion Star. She's best viewed over there.
Oh, fantastic. All right. So you snuck into this party. You're not really an invitee, but nobody can really stop you, nor do they notice, because you're extremely sneaky.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about being kind of stuck here? It is a party, and they're not really letting people come and go. It's a calibration party, you know, it's a stay for 5 days type deal. How do you feel about being here, and Egrav and his new chairman position, and this like creation and Yushan and the underworld like coming together to reach an accord? Like, how do you feel about this olive branch that they're trying to extend?
Did you say that we're at a lock-in?
Yeah, pretty
Yes,
much.
kind of.
Is there a Christian ska band playing? Because then it would be like every lock-in I've ever been to.
It's much cooler than that.
Hey, ska's cool.
How can you be cooler than ska?
From the Twitch chat, the best calibration parties involve getting drunk on day 1 and waking up in a different country on day 5.
Let's go. No.
So I think I snuck in not really knowing what I was getting into. And I was like, oh, this seems like a party. That's cool. And it was like, yep, 5 days. And I was like, how many whats? Yeah, I thought 5 hours. You said 5 days. I have been drinking heavily. At least the food is good.
I mean, the food is fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, it is a god party held in the Sanctum Mance,
Yes.
bordering creation and the underworld. It is a kickin' party, and you don't belong here.
I am enjoying the shit out of it, and it's become a game, I think, of dodge the people in charge and find out as much shit about everyone else as possible.
Excellent. So on the list of people who have caught your notice as you're doing this, because we're going to open the game about 4 days into this party.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue Moon is catching up with me. Yes, correct. Yes, correct, chat. I am drinking a Blue Moon. I'm drinking their iced coffee blonde. I saw it on the shelf and I couldn't say no. So you've also noticed that there is this strange undead anomaly walking around, who is not quite like a ghost, and is not quite like a skeleton or any other necromantic construct. It is full on a person. And they seem to be a person of some degree of power and status, as they got invited to this party and you didn't.
Fucker.
So I am, of course, talking about Varys, the blood
clearly.
cast, the blood aspect, Liminal, who's maybe, like, you've maybe heard. Do you have dots of sagacity? I can't remember.
I have a couple. Yeah. Like
okay, yeah, you've heard of this phenomenon where, undead people make these undead constructs and they come to life and they become like an exalt. And you have a suspicion that this is one of them. How do you feel about this and this person? Have you spoken to Varys at all, or have you just been like this whole time?
Okay, so day one, I was like, what is that? And I followed her around a bunch, like sneakily, like trying to figure out what she was. And I think by day two, I started trying like to approach her, but not approach her. So like, if there's like a group of people standing around talking and she's in that group, I like self-insert. And then when like they break up, I just go off somewhere else. Until I think by day 3, I worked up the courage to be like, so how's it going?
A smooth talker, I see.
Yes. For most times, yes. For this instance, no.
Okay.
So
you have like a tenuous relationship where you'd say you're skewing maybe friendly?
Friendly. I think he's like got like the weirdest boner for her.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's move on to Raven. Raven and Shadow.
Yes.
All right. So we've already established that you've definitely been okay. So there's two solar-esque exalt types here. You have Crow, who is definitely your type, and you have Clarion Star, who is less so. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure that out. One of them is your bonded pair. Which one is it?
Oh shit. This is hard. Yeah. Which one's more interesting? Clarion Star is probably more interesting.
Okay.
Just in terms of storytelling.
Cool. So you've definitely been eyeing up this undead, goth twink, but Clarion Star has that like shoujo bubbles, past life moment of like, oh, this is a person I connect with, who you've now randomly encountered at the calibration party you're entertaining at. So how do you feel about suddenly encountering your soulbound mate at a calibration party where you're working?
I'm gonna say that canonically, Raven and Shadow isn't super like sex or romance motivated. Like she spends too much time with dead things, and it's just not really her main thing. But she definitely like wants to be friends with this person. But she's going about like this is the Adora to her Catra, where she's just kind of like, I don't know what to feel about this person. Do I fuck with them, or do I like talk to them, or do I make friends with them? And I don't know how to. Do I like them? I don't think I like them. I don't know.
Are you gonna start like pulling my pigtails?
Hiya, Clarion.
Oh.
I could actually turn into a cat canonically, so this is even better. But yeah, I think that over the past 4 days, she's been having this kind of like, either she lashes out at her and like is like, go away, or she's like, how's it going? Enjoying the party. I made a ghost. Bye.
Bye.
Like, she is confused as to like why she feels this way completely. Like she knows about the whole like bond thing, but it's not like, it hasn't quite clicked for her, I don't think.
Okay. It doesn't have to be romantic if you don't want it to be.
Yeah.
Bond is just, it actually doesn't even have to be positive if over the course of this game you're like, no, I fucking hate her. But you are like fate bound, so.
Yeah, she's like just trying to feel out the situation, has been for 4 days, and has been going about it all kinds of awkward.
Cool. The chat also loved your pickup line of, I made a ghost.
I was just thinking of the whole like Eddie Izzard, like, do you like bread? I have legs. Love you, bye.
Amazing.
I made this.
Speaking of things that are very close to stuff that you make and talk to and otherwise make you comfortable, there's one of those weird undead exalt things here. You've never seen one of those before. Tell us a little bit about how Varys sparks your curiosity and your primary virtue of wonder.
I have been trying to be their friend for 4 days now. But I am definitely awkward. I'm just an awkward person, I think. I think we're just gonna make Raven look canonically awkward. So she's like torn between treating Varys like her new best friend and treating her like a science experiment. Like, she's just like she is the Hordak to my Entrapta. Where I'm just like like, what are you all about? Also, we're friends now, right?
We're friends.
Sup? You're dead, but I can't control you. Like, I can control everything else that's dead, and that's weird. Not that I tried. I didn't try. Nope. Wouldn't do that, because you're my friend.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So, I think that takes us over to Clarion Star next. So how do you feel about this awkward dude who keeps being like, stay over there, don't speak to me? This good-looking
Crow?
goth twink Crow, yeah, who keeps kind of liking you and then maybe being a little standoffish and then back and forth.
Well, I'm picturing Clarion as a very single-minded, like, towards her specific goal in being here. So, as intriguing as it might be to have this kind of, I don't know how open everyone is about what they are at this party. I don't know if she knows that this is a daycast abyssal and that this is a no moon lunar. I mean, I don't know how easy it is to hide being a liminal. That's you kind of look like a liminal. Sorry. I think until she became aware that Crow is an exalt, I think she was very much like, all right, just, it's like completely persona non grata. Like, if you don't want me to talk to you, I'm not going to talk to you. It's not a big deal. But as soon as she found out that Crow Sulking is actually an exalt, I think she became much more interested in trying to maybe not make him like her, but at the very least, make him understand that they really should be working together. Like, you don't have to like me, but isn't it in our best interest if we, if we compare notes and pool our resources? And I think it might be the same for Raven too, although Raven is even more confusing. Like, why Exil's gotta be crazy? She's here to drink. She's here to trade business cards. She's here to throw money around and make friends. And all these goths are swarming around her like, I don't like you, but I do. It's like, what? Okay, I'm busy.
I'm busy. I don't have time for you.
Yeah, every now and then I just come up and talk to you for a second, and then when it doesn't go well, I turn into a bat and just fly away. Bat!
Yes. I imagine that you are
and
definitely the
continues
character who
talking
has
the
to
spirit
say
she was
bat.
talking to. As I was saying before the bat.
I do have a tell, which I didn't mention. So, like, she is a very typical, like, what you would think of, like, a Slua or, like, from Changeling to look like. Like, she is dark and she is creepy, and she's not unattractive, because Exalts typically are somewhat attractive. But she does have, like, kind of larger pointed ears and solid black eyes. Like, she has no white on her eyes. So she looks weird. Like, she doesn't look completely human. She's clearly trying to be nice, though. Like, she's just so bad at it. I was gonna play this as, like, your typical, like, creepy Morticia Adams necromancer, and then all these descriptions happened, and I love her so much more now.
Now you're an awkward nerd, and it's so much better.
Yeah.
So, Clarion, the bond can be a little bit one-sided, but also this lunar who keeps turning into a bat whenever you start making headway makes this development of your mutual curiosity sort of hard to follow through on. So instead, there's this other person who is Varys, who is not one of the goths who has gotten sucked into your orbit. Does that make them more or less interesting to you?
I think if anything, Clarion might kind of gravitate towards Varys only because Varys is the most level-headed of the goth exalts here. Like, as far as she knows, there's not many other exalts here, and there's the two, like, tsundere goths, and then Varys. And it's like, oh, Varys seems very normal. as for varying amounts of normal. Let's have a drink. Let's talk about exalt things. Let's
Just
basically
exalting.
like a mom wine date, except talking about exalt
Somebody
things.
in the Exalted Discord just called my character Batra. And I can't.
Oh,
Oh, God. Oh, it was Elliot. Of course it was Elliot. Elliot, I love you.
okay. All right. So that just leaves Varys, who is. So this party for you is not so bad because it's a celebration of creation in the underworld. So there's a lot of other undead things here. You're not quite the weirdo you normally are.
Which is great.
Yeah.
I appreciate this fact.
But a lot of people are paying weird special attention to you. How do you feel particularly about this lunar who keeps turning into this awkward lunar nerd who keeps turning into a bat whenever the girl she likes talks back to her, who also treats you sort of like the world's weirdest science experiment.
But also best friend. Best friends.
I'm probably a little bit used to the weird science experiment, not so much to the best friend. So that's like a new experience to a degree. So I think Varys is totally happy to talk to Raven. And every once in a while, so Varys also has an owl familiar, who's probably usually off doing its thing, because there is definitely a note that not only can it track dematerialized spirits, but also several varieties of small lizard. So it's probably off, filling himself up in, party fashion. But every once in a while, like, comes back and when Raven's like, bat! The owl's probably like, oh, we're going to go play, and, like, flit off. And Varys is just sitting there like, welp. Okay.
You have an owl friend?
Yeah.
Yes, best friends.
Best friend.
2 best friends in 1.
Best friend squad.
Best friend squad.
So how also do you feel about Crow, who he's got that undead vibe, but he's also kind of got a living vibe in a way that you don't have.
Yeah.
Like, he's at once more deathly than you are and also not. And it's weird. How do you feel about him?
Intrigued. And I think the kind of the slow approach of, like, first day, he's just nowhere near me. And then second day, kind of doing the, like, sliding into the crowd. Almost like a feral cat. I'm just kind of letting him come to me on his own. and I probably have, if I notice that there's something at the feast that he is partial to, I probably position myself toward it to sort of like encourage the conversation. But yeah, being very cautious, like she's like, all right, he seems neat. I don't want to scare him, but also, every once in a while we'll like just be like, hey, what's going on when he doesn't approach me? I will try to put myself into his orbit and see what happens.
It'll be very awkward because he'll be like, wait a minute. Wait, what? Like, are you talking to me?
But these two very shy goths that we have to approach, like, with apple slices. Like, they're little woodland fawns. Like,
He's mostly just trying not to get caught.
All right, so let's do a rundown of what everybody looks like, and then we will get to the first part. We'll get to the inciting incident of this adventure. So, Lauren, you're on my screen right now. Tell us what Varys the Blood Aspect looks like.
She probably was tall and elegant in her, original, when her creator imagined her, and what he built her out of. She's got a sort of corpsely pallor to her, though, that just, you look at her and you're like, something's not right, which all of you have picked up on at this point, but she is impeccably dressed. Like, coat with tails, tailored slacks, where the thing that might put people off to her with the you kind of look like you're dead, she's also super fashionable, so maybe they'll come back.
I failed to mention as I was introducing the thing, which is in my notes, is that this is also a masquerade party. So when the party parts are happening, you get cool. So tell us a little bit about what maybe like your masquerade mask looks like.
Ooh. I think it's silver, and it's think like big, like almost, probably we'll go with the owl thing, like an owl features. So probably matching some of the markings on my owl, but done in filigree.
Beautiful. I love it. That's so cool. Dixie, you're next at top of my screen. Tell us what Raven in Shadow looks like, and then tell us what your cool ass masquerade mask looks like.
Yeah, so she's pretty average height. She is wearing just layers of like velvet and chiffon robes. So it is very elegant, but it's also very like witchy vibes. She is wearing a tiara that looks like she probably scavenged it somewhere. It does not look nice. But she's trying. Her hair is a little wild, like black, a little all over the place. Like once again, she made an effort, but she's maybe not great at putting herself together. That's not like her number one talent. And for a mask, she does more of the like. Has anyone seen Sophia Coppola's Marie Antoinette? She has more just like the strip of lace across her eyes. Like it's not very elaborate at all, but it works with everything else. Like she has kind of a Morrigan from Wicked and the Divine vibe going on. Like she's just kind of gothy and weird and like, yeah. Or like a Bellatrix Lestrange kind of vibe. Like that kind of thing.
I dig it. I dig it a lot. All right. Ray, tell us about Clarion Star and how her duds and her masquerade mask.
She is from like vaguely like southeast creation. So she looks like what's the actress who plays Rosa on Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Stephanie Beatriz?
Yes.
I love her.
Long, dark, curly hair, kind of pulled off to one side. Wearing like her clothing is very like simple but still really rich, like really heavy, like red brocade with really simple like golden thread embroidery. And her mask is like gold and beaded, and it's just like got these like really delicate like sun ray spires coming off. Like she's not going subtle at all. Like this is a calibration party with a bunch of gods and shit. Can I swear?
Yeah, of course. I swore it within like the first minute.
She's at a party with a bunch of gods and shit. She's absolutely not going subtle. She's like, I am a solar. So she's got like big like dawning sun mask basically.
Fantastic. And last that leaves Crow.
Okay, so Crow.
Tell us how handsome you are.
Yes, Crow is tall, devilishly handsome, black, like jet black hair, jet black eyes, very dark skin, not jet black, clearly, but like he's very dark skin. He is dressed impeccably in a suit. He is often like during like the masquerade parts, like he snuck in. He wasn't sure what this was supposed to be, so he has fashioned a mask that he is essentially like fucking extra, has committed a moat to flawless impenetrable disguise, which is a mask. That's what he is using it for. That is literally just like a solid black like dome over his face.
So he's in Daft Punk.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's very hot. Thank you, Dee. Thank you.
Yeah, that is extremely. All of you are extremely sexy.
Yes.
It's kind of unbearable. So
It's an exalted masquerade party.
I know. I decided that that's what this was going to be.
I'm
I
so
did
glad
this
you
for
said
myself.
masquerade. That's not what I heard at first.
What? Never mind. Post it in the video chat so that the Twitch chat can't see you, but I can see it. All right, so 4 days into this party, there's drinking, there's dancing, there's celebrating, there's negotiating behind closed doors, as you know, the attempts to try to better relations between creation, heaven, and the underworld continue. Everyone who's everyone in sort of the purview of death is here. You've seen some other abyssals, you've seen some other stranger exalt things, you've seen gods, you've seen powerful ghosts. Representatives from all over the place are partying for 5 days here at the God's Manse Sanctum, the Sanctum of the Ever Turning Wheel. But 4 days into the party, there's this terrible scream and a panic as someone shouts out that the chairman of the Underworld Relations, Egrav's new exalt, the Envoy to the Dead, has been murdered. She is like very clearly like someone has stabbed her in one of these rooms.
It wasn't me.
It was
I was right in the middle of writing her name. Should I not write her name down now?
I mean, like, if you want to, you can refer to her as the Envoy of the Dead, but she is quite murdered.
The dead Envoy of the Dead now.
Dead, yeah.
Oh, that was a waste of a spark.
Obviously, Egrav is really pissed off about this, and he locks the whole manse down magically, so nobody can come and nobody can go. And demands of the guests, because the contrivance of a murder mystery, that the killer has to be found before calibration is over. As there are gods, as there are ghosts, as there's a way into the gate is open. As long as he locks it down before calibration, the killer cannot get away.
Okay.
Yep. So you have 1 day to figure out who murdered the Envoy to the Dead. And you can't leave this manse.
Dislike.
We have one job.
Yep, you have one job, and it is figure out who killed the Envoy to the Dead. So I'm going to just force the party together and assume that this announcement happened while all of you are sort of standing around one of the cocktail tables.
Okay.
During one of the many, like, Batra is here, Crow is here.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to have a normal conversation with Varys, like, oh god, here they come again. When the lights flicker and Egrav is like, no! Right? Is that how that was?
Yeah, that's totally how that he goes. No, just like that.
Ding, 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 ding. So there's been a murder.
Right.
Ring
Attention.
the murder bell!
Taps on the microphone like, attention, everyone. There's been a murder. None of you can leave until we figure out who did it.
Also, somebody is double parked, and we need you to move your car.
Yeah. License plate EKG. Do any of you drive a black Nissan?
Oh, that's mine.
Somebody's War Strider is parked in the handicap space.
The bumper sticker says, my other ride is a bone lion.
My other ride is a bone lion, though. I've got one of those.
All right.
Okay, so the camera turns to the four of you who have just received this terrible news that you can't leave this party. I mean, that the envoy of the dead has been murdered.
Yeah, for me, it's like, oh, somebody died. Who fucking cares? What do you mean I can't leave?
So here's a perfect time for you to awkward with each other in character about the inciting incident that has just happened.
Okay.
I should probably go do my job. If someone's dead, I should probably go talk. There's a funeral priest and it's probably a ghost. I've been talking to ghosts this whole time. You've been seeing it.
Extremely simple, wasn't it?
Did someone hire
Literally
you
why
to
I'm
do
here.
this job right now?
No, but I'm at the party to do it because it's calibration and people like spooky things calibration and I'm kind of spooky and I just want to help. I just like helping.
Have any of us met the envoy? Like, has she been around the party the last few days?
Has she? You tell me. Up to you.
I think she has.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, she was nice. She was nice and I liked her.
Okay.
I want to.
Yeah, she's not a character, so you get to define your relationship to her.
I like, you know, she was around, and I definitely was trying to get dirt on literally everyone. So this is the dirt I've learned about her.
All right, tell me the dirt you've learned about her.
She was so happy to be here. She's very.
She was 2 weeks away from retirement.
No, because she was brand new, right? So
Right.
she was like so excited to be here and just like talking to literally everyone, and she wasn't very good at like not talking to people and not spilling shit she maybe shouldn't spill. These are all, you know, like my impressions of her.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know, there were many times where she spoke and I just thought to myself, should she have said that? And you know, often the answer was no, she should not have.
There were times she would speak and the Eclipse would be like, she should not have said that.
Right. Right. But you know, but for all of that, I did not catch once a moment where I thought, yeah, she should go. Like everyone seemed to like her, weirdly including me.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Anyone else wanted to find some facts about the dead? I like this. I like where this is going. And or your relationship with her, who's only been your acquaintance for the last 4 days.
I mean, I feel like I'm trying to come up with something because I definitely feel like Clarion would have had at least a conversation with her, because one of her big goals is to try to like actually win like an oath of loyalty from Agrav. So I feel like she'd be like, oh, you're his exigent, like try to kind of basically position her as like a resource to this god. That sounds horrible. It probably is. She doesn't have compassion as a virtue. I'm trying to think of what she would have found out though. So pass me.
Pass you? Okay. I mean, you've already established that you at least talked to the envoy of the dead as someone who you thought you could get leverage out of.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool. That's a good fact. Go for it.
I'm gonna say that she and I probably talked a lot because envoy of the dead and funeral priest are very similar professions.
Okay. Yeah.
So she was interested because she's a new exigent. She was interested in the stuff that I've spent like years and years studying, and I'm interested in how she can just do this stuff without spending years and years studying it. And I'm kind of jealous of her a little bit, but also I think it's kind of cool. And honestly, I kind of wish that if I had to exalt, it was not as an animal person, it was actually as an envoy of the dead. But here we are anyway. But I'll talk to her.
Okay. The chat has named the circle the Calibration Corvid Crew.
And somebody has donated $150 in our name.
Okay.
Oh,
in the name of The Calibration
Oh,
Corvid
damn.
crew?
Yes, in the name of Calibration Corvid Crew, somebody has donated $150.
I'll drink to that.
Yes,
Cheers.
cheers.
All right, Varys, did you talk to her at all?
Yeah, I think so. I would have probably at first had a asked for a formal introduction to her from Agrav
Okay.
to, congratulate her on this prestigious, you're going to do a great job, and if you ever need anything and I'm in the area, you can certainly call on me. Because her being the envoy to the dead and me being someone who probably tries yanking the dead into the underworld when they're not supposed to be in creation, I feel like our jobs would intersect a little bit. So I just a little.
We're all colleagues. We're all just colleagues here. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's essentially a necromancy convention.
I'm the odd one out. I'm the one who doesn't belong here.
I have a little button that says, "Ask me about my bone lion." Like,
I'm gonna put crows in my anima just so I fit in.
I think I would have when I spotted her talking to Raven, I would have gone over to listen in on that conversation and eventually join in on that conversation. But I totally want to see what the two of them are talking about, and they're probably super enthusiasm for each other. I adore it. So
Okay, easy.
I'm also trying to catch these aid the party donations as they're coming in.
Crows, I guess.
Gross, I guess.
Sorry,
Right.
I interrupted important donation talk.
No. I am trying to. I've seen a donation to aid you guys. So whenever the chat donates to aid the circle, you all get basically banked stunt dice. So all of you have at least 2 stunt dice banked right now.
Nice.
yeah, we've had 3 aid the parties and 1 aid the story guide.
Okay, so you have 6 banked stunt dice. And since,
We're just gonna roll over this.
That's fine. It's
start.
tips for charity.
Let's get going. Let's go
Yeah.
talk to some ghosts.
So I'm also going to decide that normally you can only benefit from stunt dice one set at a time. The donation stunt dice you can blow all at once if you want to.
cool.
So if someone wants to just add 6 dice to a single roll, go for it.
It's a one-shot at a convention.
It's a one shot at a convention, absolutely. So we're actually going to do the first part, which is picking out. You're going to have to figure out who the guilty parties might be. And so that's going to involve narrowing down your suspects, which I think we're going to do as an investigation project. We're going to roll out the project system for this. But this is not super complicated because this is also a one shot, so it's not going to go on forever. With basically 2 obstacles at difficulty 5. Or not difficulty 5, I was looking at a number on the screen. Difficulty 3, normal difficulty. So the first obstacle is, of course, that no one wants to admit that they're guilty. And the second obstacle is that there are a fucking lot of people here. So, to get past the first obstacle, one party member, either a circle member, either assisted by someone else, or however you like, whoever has the best pool, is going to roll their choice of attribute plus awareness or sagacity to begin this investigation. And should, of course, feel free to describe their action in a cool manner. I see Dixie put your hand up.
Well, I have this is my thing.
It is your thing.
It is your thing.
I have an awareness excellency.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I have finesse. So I've also got sagacity 5. This is kind of what my character is for. So I'm going to say that because she knows she's awkward, but she's very observant.
Okay.
Like, she's not good at words, but she's good at reading people. And that's part of why she actually, runs away so much, is because she's like, I can tell I'm being annoying, goodbye. But because of that, she's really good at reading people. So she's going to, is everyone kind of gathered in this one main room right now?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people at this party, and it is a manse, and it is a powerful manse, so it's big. But you are currently all in the big party hall where a lot of the people are. There's a big crowd gathered.
So I'm going to be unnoticed by extras, although of course primary people could still notice me because I'm a no moon. and I'm going to just make a circuit real quick. I'm just going to look at them and be like, hang on for 1 second, guys. And just do a circuit and try to look at everybody and see if I see any like little clues or blood stains. I mean, the person was stabbed to death, so there's probably blood somewhere, unless they're like a shape changer.
Okay.
Looks at Danielle.
I already hope not it.
We should just have everybody at the party just like, okay, who didn't do it? And everybody puts their finger on their nose, and the last person to do it totally did it.
Totally did it, of
Right?
course. Right. So that totally counts for a stunt. So you get your 2 stunt dice for taking the action. Are you going to use any of your any of the donation benefits on this? Or are you just going to?
These dice already can't fit in my hand. What's target number for Exalted again for Essence?
7.
Thank you. That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
7, 10s count as 2.
I'm rolling like 11 dice right now, so.
I love it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
Holy shit. Okay. So only 3. All right. It was difficulty 3. You blew that out of the fucking water. All right. Did you?
This is my roll.
Yeah, totally. Did you use an excellency on that?
Yes.
Make sure you mark off a moat for that, and then you mark your anima up by 1 too.
1. I remember to have paper this time.
Excellent.
Unlike last time when I did not have paper and it was just like anima. I'm not tracking that.
Good.
We like literally got like 2 hours into the game and Monica was like, "What's your anima?" And I'm like, "I don't know." It's like 4.
What's a good
like
number? 9? Is that
Yeah, I don't. 10.
Did somebody call this a fancy mancy geomancy necromancy shindig in the chat?
Fancy mancy necromancy shit.
No, you left out geomancy because it's a
Oh,
man.
I did.
and
God.
I'm out of drink. I
Okay.
can't drink with the cat on the screen.
Oh, sorry. She was coming awfully close to my keyboard, so I figured before
Someone
she
has to
kicked
take
me out of the
A double drink for me.
Okay.
I have to interrupt for just a second
Yeah. What's up?
because the
Uh-oh.
the stream.
Uh-oh.
So the Discord is trying to make me regret my decision. So somebody just donated with a sweaty face. Regret approaches at $151.
Yes.
Y'all are amazing though, because we started this stream at 500 and we've already hit another 550 almost, and
Holy
like we're
shit.
an hour in. Like this is awesome.
Exalted
Y'all are
fans
amazing.
Say trans right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am matching that, so we'll have reached like around $1,500 at this point. So
Holy shit. Wow. Okay.
I've been donating all week to our various charities, but I probably will throw in a little bit after this too, just to keep it going.
All right. So I will get to the results of your answer or your roll in just a moment, but Raven has narrowed down who she thinks looks suspicious to about 4 people. Now, the other obstacle you still have to overcome is that there are, in fact, a lot of people here and a lot of people moving around. So someone else needs to take a stab at this, either using the same thing, awareness or sagacity, to try to thin the herd and to pinpoint exactly who you need to talk to.
Can I
Yeah.
argue for using embassy instead?
Okay. What's
And
your
using
argument?
My superior eye for social dynamics and
All right.
the web of intrigue, and being
Okay.
able to basically like feel out everyone's relationships and who's been
Okay.
acting weird all night,
right.
and use
Okay.
embassy instead of those 2.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Yes! Alright,
You want to give me a good stunt too? Like, I mean, that was a good justification. Let's hear a cool stunt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Clarion Start kind of she goes back through the little acquaintances and little name exchanges that she's made, and physically like goes to them and kind of makes the show of like, how are you? Are you okay? Is everything all right? And basically kind of like refreshing her knowledge of this is what so and so is like. This is how so and so has been acting, and kind of like feels through that network of their. I don't know. I don't want to say intimacies because she's not specifically using that, but you know, like
Right,
kind
yeah,
of like using social psychic solar empathy powers. It basically refreshes her map, basically, in her mind of the network of, like, relationships in the room.
Okay, fantastic. That is also a stunt. So go ahead and take your 2 stunt dice. Are you going to use your excellency or any of your other charms?
Let me see
I
here.
didn't make your character for you, so I have no idea what you have. I mean, you told me, but I forgot.
I'm going to use 2 stunt dice.
Okay.
Which will give me, let's see, 11 dice. Let me go ahead and roll those.
Okay.
No, I got 3 successes.
Okay, well, the difficulty was 3 exactly.
11 dice.
Yeah, it's below average. But yeah, the difficulty was 3, so you still passed. You didn't fail. So you and I will give you guys the information out of character, and then I really want to hear Clarion and Raven discuss in character how they feel about these people. So between the 2 of you, you've narrowed the suspects down to 4 characters. There is an envoy from the First and Forsaken Lion, who is a powerful Death Lord from the south, who's got a big, like, warlike agenda. And to this party, he has sent one of his Death Knights, his Abyssals, who is also a big, hulking, terrifying-looking dude who showed up to all the parties in, like, full soul steel plate with, like, his totally not a dieclave package, like, wrapped up and strapped to his back, and, of course, a little lacy mask. Was that a fanning yourself in character there, Ray?
Black metal Death Knight. That's his name, right?
His name is the Spectral Fangs. His name is the Spectral Fangs. The beef.
I'm sorry. Okay, what's his actual name?
His actual title. It's not a name.
Okay. Title.
The Spectral Fangs at the World's Throat.
Ooh. The Spectral Beef. Okay.
And so Beefcake McAbyssal definitely.
I'd like staring daggers at him. We have some kind of beef.
Yeah, you do have some
definitely
like
with the beef.
He's a servant of the lion. He's definitely got, like, the potential for violence just lurking under every action. And you get the feeling that maybe he was, like, you know, not a great guy before he exalted. If anybody here did a murder, you know, he seems like that's a thing he does on Tuesday. Like, that's...
I'm gonna climb that like a tree later.
Y'all!
What?
Save it for the fanfic.
Oh, sorry. Let me add that to my list here. Storyteller vault.
The Storyteller vault.
All right.
I mean, I was thinking AO3, but...
Abyssal Lavella stretch goal.
Sorry, okay, so we've made it through the description of one
character. Right. So, also in attendance
Who else
at this...
is sexy and suspicious?
Everyone. Also in attendance at this party is the god of surprising deaths, Interrupted Utterance, who is Egrav's rival, and he fucking hates that guy. He wants the job of chairman of Underworld Relations. He wants to climb up the ladder in the Bureau of Endings. He's tired of this dude cutting ahead of him and, like, stepping on his back to get ahead in life. He fucking hates that dude. He's really mad he got the Flame of Exigence. Who the fuck gets the Flame of Exigence? Ugh. He is jealous.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
What? And to keep with the crow theme, he is a long, tall, like, corvid man.
Can I say that because he's the god of surprising death, you said? Unexpected death? He's probably the reason I have work.
Sure.
So I think he's great.
Okay. But he does really fucking hate Egrav. He does have a motive, because he would like this dude to be stripped of his power so that he can have it. He is a jealous motherfucker. Totally.
I just feel like y'all are going to learn at some point that Raven thinks that everyone is great. Like, that's just her personality. She's just like, he's great. Ego's great. The Solar's great. I don't know why I think the Solar's great, but the Solar's great. The dead person's great. That goth boy's great.
Thank you.
She's also a little bit Scorpio.
You're working really hard at making
Yeah, she's a little Scorpio.
You also encounter a beleaguered-looking young woman who is in like a black cocktail dress, who keeps changing between sort of plain-looking masks. She has like a chin-length dark hair with a purple stripe in it. Just the most beautiful violet eyes you've ever seen. And she just seems 150% done. She doesn't want to be here anymore, and she keeps trying to fucking leave. The trouble is that you also keep like forgetting her name when she tells you.
All right.
And you've asked her a few times. You keep coming back to her and be like, "What is your name again?" And she tells you, and you forget. And then you're like, "What is your name again?" And she tells you, and you forget.
Do we know what Sidereal's endings are?
In character, no.
Okay.
But she's weird because one, you keep fucking forgetting her name, but she really wants to leave, and that whole thing is just really suspicious.
Yeah, I'm really good with names.
Yeah, you're really good with names.
Is weird.
I like everybody.
All right, not a sidereal, and finally.
And finally, the last person is a fidgety-looking fellow who's in his like maybe in his 30s, but he's got like a real deathly pallor to him, and it's sort of hard to tell how old or young he is because he sort of looks a little undead. But he's definitely not undead. Otherwise, all the goths would know. He's just somehow touched by death. He seems twitchy and uncomfortable and has been sort of like stone-faced dealing with being here the whole time. You get the feeling he doesn't like being at this party. He doesn't like the things that are going on, and that maybe he has an ulterior motive for being here. His name is Gravedoor Bell.
Gravedoor Bell.
Yep.
All right, so we get back to the table. And I'm like, all right, friends. I'm like, friends. And I just include all three of you. And all of you are just like, sure. Maybe. You can react to whoever you want. I'm like, okay, I think we have like 4 possibilities for who maybe did this, but also I still want to talk to the ghost because ghosts are super fun to talk to. But. So we have a hot dude, that guy. We got skinny crow man. I forgot his name too. We got Mr. Twitch and purple. She's over there somewhere. Those are our possibilities. I think.
What?
Okay, she thought. Okay, this is the Spectral Fangs. He's an envoy of the first of her second line. This is. I just wrote down Utterance. I don't remember his full name, but
Interrupted Utterance. I'm going to post it in the video
Sorry,
chat so that
absolutely.
you
This
have
is
it.
Interrupted. This is Interrupted Utterance. He's the god of surprising deaths.
Yeah, he's cool. He's super cool, but
Doorbell.
also maybe guilty.
This is Gravedoor Bell.
Gravedoor Bell.
Gravedoor Bell.
Gravedoor Bell.
Gravedoor Bell. Like a
not quite sure.
Grave doorbell. I get it.
And that's it. It's the 3.
No, there's that one lady, purple lady.
I don't know.
That's all I can remember about her. She's purple and she's a lady.
I've met her like 6 times today, and I don't remember her name.
Purple lady, right? Though you know who I mean.
yeah.
Yep.
Right. No. Right. No,
I know
it's
who
just
you're
the one
talking about.
purple and the. Now that's strange.
Yeah.
Right. What? Could someone introduce me to her?
No, don't know her name.
We can introduce all of ourselves to her again.
So do you want to begin with talking to people by beginning with Purple Lady?
Yes. Currently,
Raven is game for
at
whatever.
the top of Clarion's list.
Okay.
That's some
I mean, she's
weird
not.
shit.
She's not like hiding from your notice. It's just that whenever you walk away from her, you forget her name.
Right.
Right.
Before we approach our suspects,
Yeah.
I have a question for Raven. So you know what the envoy looked like because we've met her, right?
Mhm.
Is her ghost here? Do you see any ghosts? Could we be so lucky that her ghost is here going, that guy did it?
Monica, do I see any ghosts?
You see the ghosts that are guests, but as the ghost of the envoy is not present, and that is kind of unusual.
Yeah. I don't see her. I feel like that's why I want to go to where she's dead, maybe, at some point during this. I feel like this is our job now. I don't know why. I've just gotten really attached to this whole mystery. But yeah, no, I would like to go find her, but she's not in here right this second, and I don't feel her nearby. Which is weird, because there's a lot of ghosts here.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Many.
Funeral priest, guys? No? Nothing?
What's up?
Do y'all see anything? Anything weird?
No.
Oh, the rest of the party sees a shocked, party. They don't quite have the same ghost sense that you do.
I'm talking to my funeral priests.
Oh, your funeral.
They're my friends.
Oh, of course. They nod in solemn agreement that yes, of course, you should go and inspect the body. I also do not see the ghost, madam.
Do you just have a crowd of like other
She's
goths,
got two
like, maybe goths following you?
funeral priest attendants. They are very nicely dressed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all got fancy for this. We know what we're doing.
I'm answering a question for the chat really quick.
Their names are... I'm trying to name my funeral priests. I want one of them to be normal and one of them to be ridiculous.
Okay.
Sebastian and Jessica Telephone. They are siblings.
Did you put their last name as Telephone?
Yes, she did say telephone.
Okay, one of them is named Bill, and the other one is named Jackie Daytona.
Okay.
Okay.
Bill and Jackie Daytona, the funeral priests.
Just put a couple apostrophes in there, it'll be good.
Yeah, it's D''AY.
Okay,
Space.
Daytona, sure.
TONE.
Okay, so do you want to go? We can also split up a little bit too if we want. What do we want to do first, though? Do we want to go inspect the body because it's still there? Like they've moved it out of the like. They've arranged it neatly because she was violently murdered, but they didn't touch the scene. So that like that area is still there for you to like look over and to talk to the body and to try to contact the ghost. Or you can go and talk to the purple lady whose name you keep forgetting. Or any of the other suspects. Do you want to start talking to people, or do you want to go investigate the body?
I think we should do a little split up.
Okay.
Body.
Raven's gonna go look at the body.
Raven is on team body. All right.
Crow is gonna go not talk to. Oh, cat, we got a drink.
Sorry.
Raven, the body, Shadow.
Right. So
I'm out of wine.
Oh no.
We'll take a break pretty soon because I'm also running low on beer.
Yeah. Anyway, Crow's gonna go shadow the woman whose name we can't remember because it's definitely rude to like go up to somebody whose name I can't remember, which is gonna probably end very poorly for me because I'm essentially waiting for somebody to say her name so that I can then use it whenever I talk to her. And I think as long as I hear it and then don't leave the vicinity, I'll still be able to use her name out of character, but in character, like I'm just hoping to hear it so that I'd be like, oh, I like literally met you like 10 times, so I need to hear it. Anyway, I'm just gonna go like super incognito and start listening in on people's conversations to try to get like a beat.
Just to learn her name?
Well, and private conversations, not just to learn her name.
No, it's just I love it because it's like if I had superpowers and still had social anxiety, this is exactly what I would be doing. Like invisibly following someone, so I can overhear their name.
All right. Okay. So Crow is going to go tail purple lady whose name they can't remember.
Right. But I don't want her to. Yeah, I'm not just tailing her, but I am like going invisible, kind of.
All right. Cool. Are you using a charm?
Well, yes.
You have those.
Yes. Well, I'm going to use stealth to mostly stay hidden, but I am also going to take on a disguise of
Right.
someone. Probably her god. That her lesser god, right? Like that's who exalted her is here, who wants to like step up.
Are you talking about which? I got some pronoun confusion there. Are you
Okay.
talking about the dead girl?
No. The sidereals, like she is the sidereal of this guy who like. Oh no, that was the crow guy, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh god
Yeah.
damn it.
Exigents are the like gods of lesser gods. The sidereals are the gods, the chosen of the maidens.
Right. Okay.
Like, this person probably has a god boss because
Right,
they
but
work in
that
a
doesn't mean
bureaucracy.
I've met them.
But you certainly haven't met them.
Okay. Then somebody that I saw her being close to.
Okay.
That
Sure.
she would not be like freaked out about them being like nearby.
All right. Cool.
I'm going to.
That is a perfect time for you to use some of those aid stunt dice to dramatic edit in that you have seen a person who she's been hanging out with, that you can use for this charm.
Yes. Doing that.
Cool. Do you need to roll for this? I don't. Straight up don't remember. Is it on your cheat sheet? It should say.
If I am trying to make it a specific person,
Mm-hmm.
significant characters may attempt to discover the ruse resisted by my finesse plus stealth.
Okay.
So it's only when they're, I guess, trying to see through it.
Trying to see through it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So you can go ahead and assume that disguise.
Okay.
So go ahead and tell me what this person who you just created looks like, and maybe give a little background on, because since you're using your stunt dice to dramatic edit in, this is someone you have already seen observing the sidereal.
Okay.
So
I think it is.
Tell me about him.
I think this is somebody else in their band, probably. So
Okay.
like if they're like a band of exalts, then it's probably, let's say, like, I don't know, man, this is hard. Probably like her bumbling solar buddy who.
Okay. Go big or go home. All right.
Right. Like her zenith.
Her pet.
In my
dumbass.
brain right now,
Yes, her
his
pet
name is
dumbass.
Bumblebee.
Yeah, right. Her pet dumbass that bumbles around, that everybody like, that she's often clearly like she's into him, but pretends to be exacerbated by him.
Oh, he's a himbo.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
This is
Okay.
Himbo Solar, named Bumblebee.
Right, and so I am taking on his guise and bumbling around behind her, listening in.
Where is the actual Bumble?
Yeah. Where is the actual Bumble?
I've sicked Clarion on him.
I was about to volunteer Clarion, so that's perfect.
Clarion also loves a himbo.
Fantastic.
Clarion
So
likes beef.
Bumble beef.
Clarion, since you've been volunteered to deal with Bumblebeef, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah. Tell me how you handle this problem. Because I assumed that the two of you are working together, so like Crow told you what the deal was. So you know that Bumblebeef cannot be anywhere near this purple lady while he takes his guys, right?
Okay. Yeah. So she already knows that he's large of heart and dumb of ass.
Right.
So maybe draw him away under pretense of I'm going to go look at the body. You should protect me on the way there in case the murderer comes back and tries to attack me. Never mind that I'm also a solar, and I could probably take care of myself. But you should, I don't know if I can trust the others all these, like, everyone in the trappings of death, but I know that, you know, a brother in soul would help me. So I'm going to basically just convince him to, like, tail with me for a second.
Oh, that's fantastic. I will also count that as a stunt. So that sounds good. Get your stunt dice. Are you going to use any charms on this?
I'm going to use my Presence Excellency for free.
Yep. Sounds good. Since you are also leveraging his, like, Pure of Heart, Dumb of Ass,
yes.
I think I'm also going to give you a +1 circumstance bonus for, like, leaning into this. It's a bonus die, so add another die, which doesn't count towards your dice cap total. So
I'm rolling quite a few dice.
Okay.
Good.
This looks like 14 dice. Does that sound right to you?
That sounds about right. You use an excellency, plus this is your biggest pool, right? Or one of your biggest pools?
This is one of my biggest pools, yes.
Okay, so you're at what? Cool. Yeah, that sounds right.
I apparently upset Vance with Bumblebee.
7 successes to convince a himbo to do what he would have probably done anyway if I hadn't used his charm.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I feel like if you had failed, he would have been like, oh, but I gotta stay with my friend.
Okay.
This is more or less convincing him to leave her.
This is a persuade action.
Absolutely it is.
Let me go down to part of the... Yes, okay.
I'm gonna cry my makeup off. I'm gonna cry off my Moonsilver tattoos.
So I got a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Yeah, if you want to instill an intimacy in him to you, you have the successes to do so.
I absolutely do, but I have to target a virtue, and I don't know his virtues, unless himbo is a virtue.
Himbo is not a virtue, and I'm gonna have to make him up right now. Do you want to spend a success on read intentions to figure that out?
Yes, I would love to spend. How many extra successes do I have on this? It was just difficulty 3, right?
Right, and you got 7, so you have 4.
So I spend 2 on persuade. I can only spend an extra 2.
Yeah. You can spend 3 more to.
I can either learn his minor intimacy, or I can persuade him to do the thing that I wanted, and then just do a basic read intentions, which is
right.
I learn a goal.
Right.
So I will go ahead and just do the basic read intentions on top of the persuade, so I can learn something about his goal for, I guess, this scene. I don't know how it's just his goal in general.
All right, his goal for the scene. We can work with that. All right. So you persuade him to come with you, and he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, of course I'll help you. You're just about how tall is Clarion? Is she real tall, or is she kind of on the shorter side? Because he's a big dude.
I'll go like 5'10".
Okay, all right. So he doesn't exactly be like, you're so small. You're actually not that much shorter than he is. You're like 4 or so inches shorter than him. He's like 6'2", 6'3".
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, okay. I'll come with you. It is pretty dangerous right now. There's still a murderer on the loose. So you want to read his basic intentions for this scene, which were previously to keep an eye on his friend who he's here with, obviously the mystery purple lady, but they have now become keep an eye on you.
Keep an eye on me. Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you wanted, right?
That's what you wanted, yeah.
That is what I wanted.
Sigh.
All right, cool. I'm distracting him.
Are you leading him towards where the body is, or are you just like wandering off with him?
I'll lead him to where the body is.
Okay.
Friends! My friends are coming with me.
Take him out back.
And shoot him? Wait.
No.
What am I doing with him out back?
Like, I don't know.
I mean, you just determined that he's a Zenith, so taking him out back and shooting him is probably only going to end poorly for you.
That'll work. All right, I got the Zeniths with me.
All right. Okay, so he's been successfully distracted. So Crow, you're just following her around
Yes.
for now, wearing the guise of the himbo.
Yes.
All right, so you can give me an awareness roll
Okay.
to pick up on pick up on hearing her name.
Okay.
So while you roll, hold on to those successes because
Oh God.
we're gonna scene change and we're gonna move over to the people who are inspecting the body, which is Raven and Varist. Are you going with them to inspect the body too?
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. All right. So Raven and Varist, you come. They've moved the body out of being like splayed out horrifyingly, but there's still like it looks like she was stabbed like in her room. So someone who previously had access to her, or maybe even broke in, did this. Just immediately, there's a lot of blood. There's tears to her clothing. It looks like she was stabbed, like up through the ribs into the heart, stabbed. But from the angle of it, just from the way you're looking, it looks like it was a surprise attack, not like a big drawdown, throw out fight. Knockdown, drag out is what I meant to say. I've been drinking. So, so there's also like, it is a bedroom. It's like a living quarters. It's nicely appointed. It's sort of similar to the rooms that you've all been staying in. It's a manse. It's got a ton of them. There is blood all over the floor. What sort of necromantic nonsense do you want to do to this corpse?
No, don't say it like that. That made it sound creepy. I want to Dixie Bat sheet. What's on Dixie Bat sheet? I want to summon the nearest undead or ghost. Reform an injured ghost. I want to use my artifact.
Some guy at the party.
Well, no, I want to use my artifact, which I think can reform an injured ghost. So if the ghost is messed up, then maybe that's the problem.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I want to look around first and use my Winans and funeral priest knowledge to figure out what I should be doing.
Sure. So before you spend anything on messing around with your artifact, you automatically, like if you're taking the artifact out to use it in order to like repair the ghost or try to figure out something, you know that something has happened to her ghost. Like you automatically get like a ping back necromancy sense that like the ghost is not here, and that's weird and that's a problem. Someone has done something to her ghost, probably to make sure that the murderer would not get caught.
Someone stole her ghost. I mean, there's probably like a million people here who can talk to ghosts. I'm not all that special, so.
I mean, there's some people here who are, just ghosts.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to talk to my funeral priests about what we should do if there's no ghost. Because I'm like, I've seen a lot of stuff, but I don't usually see no ghost. This is not normal.
Well, Bill says, stroking his mustache that I've decided he has right now. It's distinctly possible the ghost could have been trapped in some kind of artifact.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if someone has trapped the ghost. So, I mean, could somebody have eaten the ghost?
Jackie says yes. The sort of person who could have eaten a ghost is pretty powerful, though. Powerful enough to kill an exalt, she shrugs.
Okay. So, possible trapped ghost, possible destroyed ghost, possible necrophagus ghost. Necrophagus. Yeah, not great. Yeah. Okay, so this is not helpful.
Do you want to make a sagacity roll, maybe, to narrow that down?
I do want to make a sagacity roll. I do want to do that.
Okay.
I do.
Make a sagacity.
And you're a Wanasan exorcist, correct?
Yes.
I'll give you a circumstance bonus of another +1 for being sort of knowledgeable about this kind of thing. So add another die.
Okay. And I get an automatic success on sagacity rolls because I'm at Animo 1.
All right.
There's so many dice. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and an automatic success is 8. I'm not joking. Oh wait, 9. One of those was a 10.
Okay. All right, fantastic. So,
I like
and
want
does
to like
that,
tilt my camera down and show this roll. It's ridiculous.
and is that including your automatic success?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So, thinking about all the things it possibly could be, and then looking back at the body, you realize that like the shape of the wound is much bigger than a normal weapon, which definitely points towards artifact weapon.
Yeah, like a diclave kind of thing or whatever.
It's not quite diclave big.
Because
but,
she's not
like,
cut in half. Right.
Right, she's not cut in half. Her body is still intact. It's like definitely some sort of artifact weapon given the size of the wound. Given that, if someone had a powerful enough artifact, especially one that maybe ripped out a soul or could trap a soul, perhaps that person stabbed her and just like sucked the soul out in the process. That seems like a very likely outcome to you.
We need to
A
kill this
soul
person so I
blade.
can steal their blade.
Hey, we can talk about who gets the blade later. Sir.
I'm not even there.
I know, but I am already anticipating this. All right, so can't talk to the ghost. It would have made this a lot easier, but Bill, Jackie, we should go back and tell the others what we learned so that we can look at people's weapons, get them to unsheath their swords. I think that's what Clarion's doing.
Did you say this is her room or is this just a random room?
No, it's
It's
her
her
room.
room.
So is there anything near her body that looks like she might have used to that she was holding and maybe dropped as she, fell to her death?
Sure, give me an awareness roll.
Excellent. Hold on. I have to be a monster and put down the camera.
Oh no,
I
baby.
know yours. All right. So awareness, and I'm going to go with finesse on this, I think.
Sounds good to me. Your choice of approach.
Yeah, I'll go with finesse. And just kind of crouching down and sort of looking at what's immediately surrounding her. And, just sort of gently reaching out, trying not to disturb anything too much, but kind of put I'm looking around for it. Words are hard. I got 1 success. Oof.
Okay.
I'm super
Well,
observant.
All right. So here's the trouble. She definitely is clasping something, but rigor mortis has set in, and you cannot undo her hand. So whatever she's holding is locked tightly in her fist, but is like literally locked in her fist.
Yeah, just wait like 5 hours and that will stop, and you'll be able to pull whatever it is out.
It'll be fine.
If you can get that out, though, I can touch it and I can find stuff.
I was
Can
gonna
you,
say,
can you
I
get
don't
that?
I don't know if I actually need to get it out of her hand because I have Tomb Breath Antiquity Inspection, which lets me touch an object and learn its history from its manufacture to emotionally charged moments of its use.
I'll save mine then. Yours is way better.
Okay. Liminal's real good at this. You can go with that through by like touching her hand or like sticking your finger in there. I'll make a dirty gesture on screen.
Oh my.
Sort of reach down, Jen. I'm going to put one of my hands over her closed fist, and then with the other, I'll touch the object. So it's sort of almost like a reassuring gesture. I don't know. Obviously, we don't know where her ghost is. Something terrible's happened to it. I don't want to be mean to her body.
I'm just fascinated. I'm just watching whatever you do. I'm like,
I'll sort of explain as I'm doing it too. Like,
we'd be a great team.
We'd be an awesome team.
Cool. Spend the mote. It happens automatically, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Spend one mote is a simple action.
Yep. Spend your mote and then make sure that you mark up your anima.
Okay.
All right. So, what she has clasped in her hand is like a little ceramic figurine that had a lot of emotional significance to her and is the sort of thing that she would have held on to like give herself a good feeling or to calm herself down. It was like a little self-soothing thing.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever the person who stabbed her was saying to her was upsetting. because she grabbed this little figurine to calm down. And it's still
You
in
mean
her
like they were
hand.
like, I'm gonna stab you?
Given that there weren't like signs of struggle, it probably wasn't. I'm going to stab you.
Probably not.
But
Just saying, I'd be upset.
The culprit may have threatened her or said something else that made her upset. That wasn't just "I'm going to stab you."
I am going to stab you.
Like so I didn't like this person because they killed her, obviously, but being mean to her and upsetting her in the moment of her death really good.
Killing someone I can forgive, but being mean to them
No,
before
I'm
you
just like
do it?
extra mad.
Wait, you can forgive killing someone?
No, I didn't say that. I said I'm already mad at them for doing that.
No, I'm talking to Ryan. Like, as long as we're quoting Community, I figured I would just finish the quote. Oh god, what happened to our stream?
Oh no, something happened?
The images are weird. We're all tiny boxes.
That's my
Oh
fault.
no, we're uh-oh. Okay. Well, all right. So
damn it.
with the revelation, okay,
Fixed,
so
sorry.
so knowing that like she was probably threatened or intimidated or something said to her that make her really upset before she got murdered by this person, you now know that the suspect is someone who perhaps has a grudge or a reason to want to go after them personally.
So a personal thing. Okay.
Or an ideological thing where they would want to threaten or, menace the envoy to the dead. With that information, and also given that we just messed up the stream a little bit, why don't we take a short break?
Yeah.
It is also 11:40, and we are playing until 1. Hopefully we get to the conclusion of this. It's been super fun.
Yeah.
We'll see how far we get.
There is nobody after us, so if we have to go an extra 5 minutes to wrap it up, nobody will care.
Yeah.
At least I hope nobody's after us. We end at 1 a.m.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Let's go take a 10-minute break and be back with fresh drinks to figure out who done it.
That's good.
Okay.
All right. Are we off?
Nope.
Nope.
No, we're not off.
No.
We're just being weird.
Welcome back. We are gonna pick up back up where we left off. All of us have refreshed drinks for drinking when we see a cat.
I mean, I can see a cat right now. Just y'all can't.
I have a cat in here now too, so the odds are doubled.
All right. We popped back up, and I was going to say someone just asked how does one donate, but the chat is on it. Excellent. Follow
By
that
the
link.
chat, you mean me.
Yeah, you're in the chat. How are we doing on donations?
We have raised, since we started, $650 that I will be matching. So that's pretty awesome.
That's really, really cool. Like this is the charity that we picked for our stream. So between the Chaos stream on Monday and then this one, we've raised over $1,000. So I'm really excited. Thank you all for your generosity, and also for the other charities we've been supporting this week. I know we've had streams for Rain. I know we've had a couple others, the Trevor Project.
Badana Group.
So we've raised money for a bunch of, and the Badana Group, of course, who we work very closely with. So please definitely we've raised a lot of money this week, and I'm super, super excited about it. Like, it was kind of an interesting week. Just right before we get back into it, this kind of happened because a lot of our normal streams were on hiatus, and Travis was like, "Let's do a bunch of streams for charity." And we were like, "Cool, why not?" But it's been amazing. Like, every single one has been amazing. I watched the Cavaliers of Mars game tonight. It was super fun. You can always go back and rewatch any of these streams. And you can also, of course, donate to these charities even when we are not actively promoting them. But doing it now got Monica to wear a chef's hat and all of us to paint on our faces. So that was good. So thank you so much from Onyx Path and from all the charities.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Please do continue to donate. Make Danielle regret her decision to match whatever you donate during the stream. Thanks again, and let's get back to it. So Crow is trailing this mystery sidereal woman, who technically in character none of you know as an exile. It's weird that you keep forgetting her name. And Crow is also wearing the disguise of her himbo solar friend.
Yes.
Do you know his name in character?
You know what? I'm just gonna assume that he's himbo enough that I can just play off not knowing it.
Okay, all right, cool. So you don't know his name. Fantastic. Fantastic. I was hoping that would be the answer. So do you remember how many successes you rolled on that awareness roll? And if you don't, just give it to me again.
Okay. I do. It was 7 successes.
7. Okay, cool. All right. So, Dear Lady does not really want to socialize with everyone, and the longer you persist in following her around, the more it seems out of annoyance than anything else. But she does every so often keep checking the doors to see if she can get out, trying to see if she could pick the lock, realizing that it's sealed with fucking magic, getting annoyed, and then as she checks one of those doors, gets real fed up, stomps, and then turns around. Are you concealing yourself from her when she turns around?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a good disguise. I believe in myself.
All right. She turns around and you are just there.
Yep.
And she's like, ah! Heavens, Rock, what did I tell you about following me like that?
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Did you figure out if any of these fucking doors will open?
So far, none of them.
Did you try just breaking any of them?
I did
You're
try
good at that, right?
Yes, perfect, but tried, didn't work. Must be magic or something.
Yeah, must be. Listen, buddy. why don't you go get a shrimp cocktail, and I'm gonna try to figure out what this magic is.
I'm supposed to be protecting you.
Yeah, that is what I paid you to do, but I'm fine. I promise.
Somebody
Really
just
promise.
died. You could be next!
You just watch a lot of regret cross over her face very quickly. And she's like, fine. Do you know anything about magic doors? She knows that Rock does not know anything about magic doors.
If you want me to try to figure out something about magic doors, I could try.
Yeah. Go on. Do that.
I'm just gonna. Crow goes over and like shakes the door and like hits on the door and like listens to the door, like clearly just like a fucking idiot. Tries
Door!
knocking on the
Are you
door.
magic? Yells at the door. Open!
Yeah. So yeah, that's what's going on.
She just watches you do this and is like, honestly, I don't know what I expected.
I'm sorry if I am displeasing you.
No, it's fine. You're fine. It's not your fault. I need to get out of here. You're not the problem, buddy. You're not the problem. But
would it help if you
but
talked about it?
Which part?
Any of it?
Her ending happened too soon. She wasn't supposed to die here, and she wasn't supposed to die here like this. Maybe that's why I got invited to the party. Is that why I had to watch this grandiose asshole do the thing? But this wasn't supposed to happen, and I need to go report that it happened. Because if I don't report that it happened, it's not going to get filed, and then I'm going to get in trouble, and then I'm going to have to work overtime, and I'm sorry, I'm dumping on you.
No, I asked you to. It's fine. Would it help if we told that angry guy who shut all the doors?
Which angry guy?
Who shut all the doors?
Egrev,
Yeah.
the new chairman. The new chairman. Yeah.
Would it help if we told him who did it?
Yes, that is why he locked us in here.
Well, we should just tell him who did it.
I mean, I'm not assigned here to figure out who fucking murdered her. I have to go report that it was done. So you want me to solve the mystery?
Well,
is that what you're saying?
Or rewrite history.
Well,
Exalt. Woo.
Well, I mean, that's not your job. So
it's
I am not implying that you should do something that is not your job. I just gonna stand there looking concerned and confused.
You're good at himbos.
Crow's been to himbo acting school.
She pats you on the arm and is like, you know what, you're right. I should try to make my case again. I asked the chairman too soon. He's still really upset about the death of his exigent. It's been like, I don't know, an hour. I'm sure he feels better now. So, so she's going to go try to ask him again.
He just says, I'll go get that shrimp cocktail.
Okay. Are you still following her?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, because now I'm in an uncontrolled, like, she's heading towards an uncontrolled location, and so she may like run into him, and I don't want that to happen.
Right. Also, you wanted to find out her name.
Yes.
So you have heard it, but you do need to give me a fortitude plus integrity roll to hold on to it.
Okay.
You can also use sagacity if you'd like to.
I would rather use sagacity.
Fistful of stunt dice.
I would like to also use some stunt dice.
We've got like
All right.
12 stunt dice or something.
I'm gonna use.
I don't know how many we have right now.
I'm gonna use some of my. I'm paying a lot of money for these stunt dice. I'm gonna use four stunt dice. Does that bring me to 8?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna use 6 stunt dice.
Yeah, every one of the bennies, the aid the party benefits you get gives you 2 stunt dice. So.
Okay, so I think we've got like 12 dice I can use, and I'm
Alright,
gonna use 6
cool.
of them
Are you...
so that I have a normal exalted dice pool.
Okay.
Well, I did not beef the roll. I got 4 successes.
All right, that is enough to keep it in your brain. You totally heard someone call her Sad Ivory.
This is the gothest Exalted party ever. There's like Sisters of Mercy playing in the background. My name's Sad Ivory. I'm Raven in Shadow. I'm Crow Soul King. I'm dead.
Nobody tell Dixie about Black Ice Shadow.
Oh, I know all about Black Ice Shadow.
All right.
Still annoyed whenever I think about Black Ice Shadow.
Is that like Grave Doorbell?
Oh,
That's an actual Exalt.
Yes,
From-
Black Ice Shadow.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Black Ice Shadow.
No.
And yes, pun totally intended from what I understand.
Okay.
And he really likes the underworld.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Yeah, they were essentially making goth girlfriend the Exalt.
I'm just gonna.
We're gonna
drink.
at the Underworld
All right.
GameStop.
Okay, so Crow, how do you feel about Sad Ivory as a possible suspect now?
Nope, not her.
Okay, are you gonna go?
Yeah, I am.
The party should meet back up.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
Circle
gonna come
rather.
and be like, I'm fully confident that Sad Ivory is not it.
Hey, so slight problem with the body. No ghost. The ghost got stabbed out of her, or trapped, or maybe eaten. Probably trapped in a weapon. So someone should have a weapon, but it could be magical and therefore hidden, and therefore I couldn't see it. So that's not like the best indicator, but they definitely have like a magical weapon. And it probably eats ghosts. And I don't like that kind of weapon being around because I try to help ghosts. And so I don't like anything that busts ghosts instead of helping them move on. I'm anti-Ghostbuster is what I'm saying. I ain't afraid of no ghost, but I am a little bit afraid of no ghost.
But what if something makes me feel good?
Busting does make me feel good. I too listen to Pump Up the Jam.
Okay. So.
Also, I definitely stole that joke from somebody in the chat earlier, and I forgot who, but I ain't afraid.
Of no ghost, yes. So. I don't want to be. I'm not gonna like point fingers at that other abyssal, but it's definitely that other abyssal.
The one you've been trying to murder with your eyes.
Has it been that obvious?
I notice things.
I knew I liked you.
Aw. Almost, but not quite doing the Rudolph. I'm cute, I'm cute, I'm cute!
Give me some of that corpse lady. I mean, and us steady's got to stick together, right? Anyway, so yeah, it's definitely not the purple lady. Her name is Sad Ivory. It's definitely not her. She sounds like some kind of magical cop. It's probably not her.
Sidereal 99. Yushan 99. That's going to be my next campaign. I'm gonna run Yushan 99 for you, Monica.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so you've ruled out one suspect. You know that the envoy to the dead was threatened before she got killed, or some other thing that made her upset. That was not just "I'm going to stab you." So Crow clearly thinks that Spectral Fangs is the person who done it. He certainly seems capable of having a soul steel weapon or some other artifact weapon, and certainly seems capable of stabbing an innocent young woman.
Well,
but are you sure it's him?
I mean, so does Interrupted Utterance, and so does Grave Doorbell. So.
Okay, but what are their motives?
Well, that was Egrab's friend, and Interrupted Utterance didn't like Egrab. They weren't friends, so that's a motive. And the Twitchy guy is twitchy. I don't trust twitchy people. She says, being completely twitchy herself.
Yeah, right.
She's just I don't trust. He's a little twitchy. I don't know. He's very weird. I don't know.
So who are you going to talk to, threaten, shake down, whatever next? Ray posted in the chat that she wants to have Rick fight beef.
I wasn't sure if that was clear.
Wait, who's Beef?
Aren't Brick and Beef the same person?
Spectral Fangs. Basically, Clarion has Rock tailing her and knows that his new motivation basically is to keep an eye on her. And she also knows that she probably couldn't successfully. Hang on, I'm getting puppy aggro. She's thinking it'd be great if she could have her new beefy himbo friend fight the big scary beefy guy, and then maybe she could get some information on big scary beefy Death Knight man in the process.
Don't do that.
Why not?
It's going to cause a scene.
Oh, hey! If I touch their stuff, I can tell you things about them. It's a thing I can do. So do we know where any of them are staying? Because I could go touch their stuff.
Yeah,
I just keep saying touch your stuff like an uncomfortable amount of times.
Yeah, everybody has a room they're staying in this huge fuck off manse. So you could certainly find their rooms and then go root through their things if that's what you want to do.
They have stuff I can touch.
They have stuff you can touch. Yeah, totally.
Should I go touch their stuff?
If you want to touch their stuff, you can touch their stuff.
I'm talking to my companions.
Oh.
I mean, if
you were talking to me out of character.
No, I'm talking to the companion. I am in character. Should I touch their stuff?
Okay, I think that we should find the murder weapon.
That's stuff.
Right, and so if you think
But I could touch.
If you think touching their stuff will lead you to the murder weapon, then we should do that. Or you should do that, and we should help you.
Are any of them carrying giant?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. Does anybody have a fuck-off artifact weapon?
I mean, yes. Spectral Fangs does have a totally not a Dieclave bundle strapped to his back. But it is a Dieclave. Like, it is not...
It's too big. Right.
Yeah,
it was already decided that it was not... She wasn't,
cut in half. Pounded
what if you just poked someone with a Dieclave? Instead of
just a little, just the tip.
That's not what Dieclaves are for.
I mean, it's not, but if you're trying to make it look like it was a different weapon because you're an awful, villainous, murderous abyssal. Look, I know about these guys because I'm one of these guys. But not me, I didn't kill her.
So, is the First of Forsaken Lion known for contracting Death Knights that are really big and violent and scary, and then asking them to only use the tip of their Dieclave?
I mean, sometimes you have specific requests.
We are all 12. Like, what?
He says, look, Clarion, I'm really tired of your logic. Because you're probably right, and I just want to see this guy burn.
Is Amber still with me while I'm talking to these people?
Is he, or did you make him go get a shrimp cocktail?
He's gonna get me a shrimp cocktail.
Okay, so he's not there.
Scrimps.
Get me a
Get some of them
shrimpy.
scramps.
Get me a shrimpy, will you?
Scrimpies. Okay.
I don't think it's the spectral things. It's just it doesn't seem right.
So that leaves us with two people.
I can confirm if we need to. Maybe I could try to figure out if that would fit. That sort of an MO would fit his personality, but it doesn't seem like something as huge, intimidating, muscly, big, strong.
You
powerful.
kind of
now.
I'm gonna give Crow a bit of a poke as she goes on.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, you can stop anytime now.
Raven just like absolutely agrees with like everything Clarion says. Like, yep, you're totally right. You're very, very smart. You're good at that. Wait, I'm gonna go touch stuff. Gonna touch stuff.
The chat is talking about like softly caressing in the diclave. Use the diclave to lovingly brush hair out of your lover's face. Look,
I
would
see
watch
we're all
that anime.
in the proper exalted mood tonight.
All right, Goth, focus. We gotta stop this murder. Goth, assemble.
Goths
We have a
assemble.
dead body and no ghosts. That should have
Going to
been-
use my Sailor Saturn glaive to softly brush the hair out of my face. And yes, I do just have a Sailor Saturn action figure within arm's reach of my desk. Leave me alone.
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't?
Who I am as a person.
All right, so what's the next plan of attack? You seem to have also ruled out Spectral Fangs, but not ruled him out from maybe going home with him later. So you have Grave Door Bell, who is named after like the Victorian phenomenon of putting a bell on your grave so that you wouldn't be buried alive.
Yeah.
But sure, he's Grave Doorbell. He's that now.
Although, yeah, in my brain, he's like his name just sounds like the Addams Family's doorbell, where it makes
Right.
terrible like clanging bells out, and then we're just like,
And then he comes up
hello,
and he goes, "You rang."
you rang.
And Interrupted Utterance, the jealous
All right.
divine rival of the new chairman.
Yeah, I mean,
He seems
it's
to
clearly
have-
that guy.
He seems to have the strongest motive.
He has the strongest
He
motive,
is
which
also
means that he is being
The
framed.
god of
Surprising deaths, right?
Yes.
that's his thing.
Yeah, he's super cool.
Yeah, so-
Mostly because like he goes around, and then my people get called, and then we make money.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go and be like, I'm just gonna be like, okay, look, we can rule him out real easy. I'm just gonna call him out and see what happens.
Okay.
Literally the most obvious choice. Like, he has motive. He literally has means. So I think we should just call him out and then see how he reacts. And then,
Clarion has this moment of like reacting like almost like violently, like you should, like if she's about to say like you can't do that, and then she kind of like sits back and is like what's the like I'm skeptical that you might, but intrigued that you may. like all right, let's play this out.
no gods, no masters. So I'm gonna like stomp up to Interrupted Utterance, and by stomp I mean like glide up behind him, and then when he turns around, I'll just be there.
Okay. he jumps when the sort of the same things that Ivory did. We're just like, oh, because you're suddenly there.
Wait, are you again, or are you still?
No, I'm me again.
Okay.
Oh, as whenever you uncommit the moat, you get it back.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I have it again.
So you have it again to do other things with. He jumps and is like, you're one of those death exalts.
So why did you kill her?
What are you talking about?
I mean,
Excuse me?
it's pretty clear that you did this. And I would like to
Oh,
leave. So why don't you just go ahead and confess your murder?
you think I committed murder?
Well, if the shoe fits.
This obviously has made him extremely indignant. This sounds like you are probably trying to use persuade or that sort of action to provoke him into confessing, assuming he is guilty.
Yes. Yes.
So that sounds like you're jumping into social interaction here.
It sure does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am gonna oh gosh, I'm really bad at this.
Party members can help you out and also gift you stunt dice too.
Yes.
So is anyone going to? I see Clarion being like, "Yeah, I'm actually good at this."
Clarion absolutely wants to see this go down.
I'm gonna make a case for sagacity. Sagacity. Sage.
Sagacity.
Sage ass.
Sage ass city.
I'm gonna.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Chad.
Oh yeah. Is it just
Why would I, Lord Trader Stabenbach, do this? Like,
yes, interrupted utterance. Anyway, so I'm gonna make a case for sagacity because I am essentially doing the I know you already did it thing to try to trick him into confessing or trying to provide his ill-conceived excuses.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm definitely doing the kind of I already know what you did kind of thing.
Last summer.
That moms do.
Okay. All right. Cool. That's definitely worth stunt dice.
Okay.
Do you have any charms for this?
God no, I am not the social person.
Okay, so naturally you tackled this.
Yes, of course, because I'm the asshole.
Before you roll, Clarion, are you gonna help?
I'm torn between if Clarion would actually assist, or if she would hang back and just use motive discerning technique to read Utterance's reaction to this.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, she's gonna help. I think her virtues kind of dictate it. So she'll.
How are you helping?
She sees Crow kind of pulling out well, we know you did it, so just go ahead and tell us that you did it. We can all go home. And decides to kind of swan in and play good cop. Kind of comes up in as though she just sort of stumbled on the conversation, and is oh, it doesn't have to be a big scene like this. Maybe this is something we can work out in behind closed doors. We can make this all go away if you really did have to, basically it doesn't have to be a big deal. Just you can tell us and we'll cover it up and then we can all go home. That kind of an approach.
Right. Okay. Cool. I will give you stunt dice for that too. So go ahead. This will be your assist roll. So go ahead and make your presence or embassy roll, whatever you like better. Okay. You're all embassy based, right?
I'm pretty embassy based.
Yeah. I'll let you use that here. That sounds good. Especially since you're going with we'll work the connections, we'll make it disappear. I think that's a pretty strong case. Yeah. Totally. We'll cut you a deal.
Clean the whole thing up.
Yeah, so go ahead and make your roll, and your successes add dice directly to Crow's attempt.
I got one.
As
you got one.
These are successes.
As bonus dice.
Okay. Dang, they would have been better.
One on 9
which she gave you one.
Wait.
Okay, look, one's better than 0.
I don't think I rolled enough.
What?
I didn't roll enough. Hang on, let me roll 2 more.
Oh, okay.
So far, it's 1. Hey, now it's 3.
Okay, 3.
woo!
All right, and then I'm going to use 2 more of my mini dice from monies that have been donated to us.
Okay.
To not suck as much. Now it's a handful of dice. that's a lot of 10s.
Oh my.
Oh.
2, 4, 6, 8, 11.
Holy crap. All right. So you want to persuade him to take this action. So you've got that, and I believe you have enough successes left to blow all the way through read intentions.
Yeah, I want to read intentions, and then if I have even more left over, because I do, and I know I do, then I would also like to instill in him. It's kind of like a multi as we're talking kind of thing. That if he is not the person who did this thing, then I want to instill in him a small intimacy to the duty to find out who did.
Okay. All right. Great.
Nice.
So step 1 is persuading him to spit out the truth, right?
Yes.
So what you get from that action is indignant fucking squawking from this Birdman who gets all up in face and is like, how dare you accuse me of murder? I would never murder. I am mad at this fellow, but I would not stoop so low as to base mortal things such as murder. How dare you?
Yeah, I was trying to tell you.
Sort of.
Crow, he's just doing his job. In fact, he provides a great benefit to me and all of my other funeral priests. Because usually we don't get called in to investigate or to help when someone died of creation cancer, whatever that is. Like, that's normal. We all know what that is.
Guys,
it's a mysterious circumstances.
Guys, I absolutely didn't think he did it. I think the Abyssal did it. I was just ruling him out, right? Like,
He did it with the bike blade. We talked about this.
Good job, then.
So your intentions reveal that he's definitely kind of okay that this happened, but he's not behind it. He's definitely not that was not one of his intentions, and he's not trying to hide the fact that he did it.
mm-hmm.
He is now also, however, really mad at you.
Yep, don't care.
If he's in Crow's face, I'm gonna kind of step up behind Crow and just sort of loom and just sort of look at him like, do you really want to do this?
Are you trying to get him to back down?
How tall is Varys?
Yeah, how tall is
tall.
Varys?
Pretty tall.
How tall is pretty tall?
Like 6.5 feet.
Oh, really tall. Okay.
Yeah, that's not pretty tall. That's like
That's very
Like,
towering.
Monica is pretty tall. That's,
Yeah.
if you're taller than Monica.
Yeah, I was thinking Crow was pretty tall at 6'3".
Oh, I love this giant party.
I'm very small compared to the rest of you.
Okay, so
But I can go, bat! Bat!
We'll get back to that in just a sec, because we still have a couple more things to resolve on Danielle's role.
Mm-hmm.
So the last thing was you wanted to instill an intimacy to his sense of duty to solve the problem.
Yes.
Okay. So you can see that he has decided to settle on that indignantly.
Yes.
All right. So, Varys, if you want to get him to stop being so puffed up about the whole thing, and perhaps even help you, you sure can. That would be another social role. How are you approaching this?
I'm going to. I assume I've spoken to him a couple of times over the course of this party, and
He's been here. He's an important guy.
Yeah, and so he knows what the proper behavior is at a thing like this, and it's not. You kind of are. Everybody here is a suspect. We're all suspects. Everybody would like to help. And you, as someone, this is your purview. This is your area of expertise. So, maybe there's some insight that an intuition that you got when the moment that it happened, that everybody was busy. We were all occupied with other things. But maybe if you think about it and, take a moment, breathe, and see if maybe you had a sudden burst of, oh, hey, something that just happened that is in my realm of expertise.
Oh, wow. That out of character. Wow, that's a great That's fantastic. That is in line with his major virtue, which is a weird version, but still compassion, which is like towards the dead. So this actually is going to make your social role easier.
Hooray.
That definitely sounds like a presence stunt, unless you want to make a case for something else.
Since
I
I
believe
have
you're good
zero
at presence, though.
present. No.
Oh, no, you're not. Okay.
I will go with embassy on that though.
Okay, sounds good.
I think. And I think I'm sort of trying to do it like, you know, I'm not being super subtle about it. So
Okay.
I probably either force or fortitude there.
Your choice.
Probably force. Yeah. Let's go with fortitude. I am
sounds good.
feeling to
That's fine with me. A note to the audience, who I know is writing down everything that we say. In some cases like this one, it is perfectly fine to just let the player use their strongest attribute. In fact, we tell you that's okay.
which is totally what I'm doing.
Yep.
And I do have an excellency that I had written down in embassy earlier, so
Okay,
I will
cool.
happily
You're
stick with
gonna
that.
apply it here?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Make sure you mark off the moat and take up your anima.
Okie doke.
Are you at anima 2?
And 2 now. Yep.
Yeah, you should be at active. What's your active anima effect?
It is. Add one success on embassy performance and presence rolls when inciting lust, greed, or ambition. Would this be ambition for him?
We can. It's
If you squint funny.
If you squint funny, I'll count it. That sounds good. Like this, if you can throw in something that like maybe this would further his desire to be important in the Bureau of Endings.
Yeah, I think, yeah, you know what? The purple-haired lady over there, I feel like she's got something, you know, she'll notice this. And I feel like she's maybe someone who could put in a good word for you.
Okay. All right, cool. Then I'll go ahead. That definitely appeals to his ambition.
Lauren's over here playing smart. I'm like, what's
usually I'm just like plowing through shit. Like, I will set it on fire.
But you did volunteer to be our diplomacy corps, so
You did say you wanted to be the diplomacy corps.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
4 successes.
All right. So normally the difficulty is 3, but this is in line with his major virtue, which reduces it to 1. So you have 2 extra successes to spend on things, and you're trying to basically persuade him into helping, right?
Yeah.
Is the gist of this?
Yeah.
Was that 3 including your automatic success, or was it 4?
There was 4, not including my automatic success.
Oh, okay. So it's 5
That's
total.
5. Yep.
Okay, cool. So you actually have 4 successes to do this with.
Sweet.
So
yeah, I'm both persuading him and trying to get him to back down off of Crow.
Okay. So dissuade and persuade are 2 different actions. Both cost 2 successes. So dissuading him from getting in Crow's face and persuading him to help you, both of which succeed. So, once you convince him that, like, oh, this is in his purview, this is like, didn't you have a flash of insight? Leave my friend alone. He steps back away and settles all his feathers and acts sort of like a cat that fell off a refrigerator in the I totally just didn't do that. No,
there's nothing to see here.
I meant for that to happen. Yes, such a thing is beneath me. And he was like, yes, give me a moment and I will think.
So once he calms down, I look over to Clarion and like the rest of them and I'm like, see, told you he didn't do it. Like loud enough.
I said he was nice.
Yeah, loud enough for him to hear. And then I'm like, so now it's either grave doorbell or fuck that fucking abyssal guy. So 50-50, I'm right.
Spectral fangs.
Yes.
When Rock comes back, I want to take him with me to go talk to Grave Doorbell. Like, even if it's in the middle of this.
Okay, so here's the thing, Crow. You've gone after 2 people now, and you've been wrong both times. So who is the person you think is least likely to have done it right now? And they're probably the person that did it, right? That's just logic.
I didn't actually go after them thinking that they had done it. I was trying to eliminate people.
I mean, that's what I would say too if I wanted to feel good about myself, but okay. I'm trying to help.
I'm rolling some dice for interrupted utterance, who is currently trying to get an insight on what might have happened, since you reminded him that that's a thing he can do.
Right.
I'm a helper.
He could actually be helping instead of just.
Aren't you like
blocking.
the god of this?
He was probably drunk. It's fine.
Fair.
It's calibration.
Yeah, he was also consumed with his jealousy. So
We're all calibrated.
he says, I'm getting a flash of insight. I see a weapon. It's a short sword. It's not quite a diclave. It's about this big. It's got a flared end. I'm getting a name. The Slayer of
This
Ghosts.
doesn't look real. Slayer of
Ghosts.
That's the name of the weapon, apparently.
So it's
I had a cooler name earlier, but I forgot it.
That's fine. We've all been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Legit.
I mean, you could have just called it the Ghostbuster.
I
but-
should have written it down.
The Ghostbuster Dixie Y.
Because I am slightly afraid of no ghosts. The concept of no ghosts is creepy to me.
I see it. It was held in the hands of a person who is not as magically powerful as the rest of you.
Twitchy!
All right, grave doorbell.
I love. Sorry, just Monica like immediately looks like, yeah, got it. All right,
We got a half an hour left. We got to move this along a little
I
bit.
said it was the twitchy ones! Why didn't you listen to me?
It's
Big
not that
boy.
we weren't listening. It's just that
with
I'm
the trampies. Come here.
deeply suspicious of all other abyssals.
I summoned my big boy trampy carrier.
He comes
My
back
big-
over and is like, I brought you
my
a
big
shrimp
boy
cocktail too.
Oh, he's a
Aw.
simp scampy.
You scampered with that scampy.
He is simping so hard with that scampy.
We need to go. We need to go arrest someone.
Arrest someone.
The murderer.
Wait, are you the police?
No. No, but I want to leave.
Oh, my friend wants to leave too.
Yeah, she probably has better reasons.
She's the police, right?
I don't think so. I should
Oh.
ask.
I thought she was like the magic police.
Yes, you'll have to introduce us later.
She was talking about
Okay.
some
Let's
reporting
go.
she has to do.
Wait, you were talking to her?
No, you were talking to her.
I was talking to her earlier.
Exactly.
right. Do you want a shrimp cocktail?
No, thank you.
He looks over at Clarion again and is like, who are your friends who aren't the magic police?
Just a couple of mall goths I met today. We should really go. We only have about 20 minutes left until we're locked in here until next calibration.
365 days until next calibration.
Yeah,
364.
out of character, I assume that you were turning him over to the god, the chairman, since he's the one who's going to seek justice about the fact
Yes.
that like his
Yeah.
fucking exigent got murdered.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
arrest him. Well, essentially, it's we know who did your man, and by
Right.
man I mean your exigent.
And by no, I mean we're pretty sure.
Just take us at our
Like,
like
86%.
If I could touch his stuff.
Let's go touch his stuff.
Why don't we go touch his
Let's go
stuff?
touch his stuff. There's so many more of us than there are of him.
There's
He has to let us touch his stuff.
There are definitely four
I'm
more
pretty
of us.
sure that's a law.
We are definitely like 4 times as many as us than there are of him.
I'm gonna touch his stuff.
All right.
Okay, so are you going to try to find his room so you can touch his stuff, or are you going to try to find him and then make him take you somewhere so that you can touch his stuff?
If I'm examining a target's personal possessions or other evidence associated with them, can that be like evidence that we've gathered, or can I just look at him? Can I, like, what's the storyteller rule on this?
Oh, you could also go back to the body and touch the figurine that she was holding too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
now that you know it's evidence.
Yeah, but that's her personal. Oh, I guess it's evidence pertaining to him too?
Yeah, it's evidence pertaining to him.
Right, because...
Okay, I'm gonna go touch her stuff, but get information on him.
Yes.
As long as you touch his stuff. That's...
Yeah.
Needs to touch.
Okay, I'll be right back, y'all. Bat!
I mean, so are you just bat forming to fly over there real quick?
Yeah.
And also, like, you can use all your charms while you're a bat.
I'm just gonna be a bat then.
It's much easier to, like, put your bat foot into her hand than it is to try to stick your finger in there.
You put your bat foot in. You put
I
foot out.
A bat just on somebody's face, just like aggressively touching. Give me stop.
Flap, flap, flap.
You put your bat in, and you shake it all about.
We've broken Danielle.
Exalted is a game of epic fantasy. It's extremely serious.
Okay, so I'm gonna fly over to her dead body, and I'm gonna put my bat foot, or maybe my little bat hand, my little.
Yeah, like touch with the wing. Yeah.
I'm just gonna creep it on into her palm,
This is a murder
and touch.
mystery.
And I am committing one mote. And I have one. Oh, okay. And I'm essence 1, so I can ask one question.
All right, ask me a question.
I'm gonna ask, what distinctive trait would I notice about the target if I met them?
Oh, okay. You would notice. Well, I already told you that Grave Doorbell is touched by death, so like that's you already knew that. But you would notice.
I'm trying to make sure it's him before we go after him.
You would notice the smell of blood on his person.
Oh, I can smell stuff good. I'm a lunar, right?
Yeah,
That's a thing I can do.
That's a thing you can do.
Okay, so when I fly back to my friends, I'm going to try to like do a little dive over him and smell him while I go over him.
Yeah, go ahead and make an awareness roll.
I can do that.
Yes.
I'm gonna do awareness finesse
Land on
because
his
I
shoulder
feel like
and,
I'm
sniff his
finessey.
hair.
Oh yeah, that sounds like finesse.
And then I have awareness excellency. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Okay, yeah, you definitely get a whiff of blood on his person.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I get back to my friends and I go, human form. And I'm like, all right.
But in bad, it sounds just more like.
No, it's like as I turn back into myself, human form. You're like, why did you sound like Matt Berry? And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, it's definitely him. I checked, I touched the stuff, and they said that he would smell like blood. And then I like did a cool thing. It was a cool bat thing. And he did smell like blood. And now it's that guy.
And now it's that guy. Okay.
I mean, I was making sure. I didn't want to accuse an innocent guy, but it's that guy. It's a switchy guy.
Okay, cool. Then I mean, he can't leave, but I am gonna go find him. I would just be like,
He's right over there. I just flew over his head.
well, right, but okay, you say that it's right. He's right over there, so I just turn and walk away and like beeline towards him. And instead of like making a big accusation or anything like that, like I did with, the guy who I was like trying to provoke, who I know didn't do it, I instead just like, okay, so this is what I'm going to try to do is be like, it's not dramatic at all, but what I want to try to do is like him in, like fall, like essentially like be in his way and him in until he
Okay.
The only way to get away from me is to head towards the angry god who locked us all in here, whose Exalted got killed, until in a way that he's not realizing it until he's standing right in front of the guy.
Okay. Cool.
Also, I'm gonna set up my bone lion.
Okay.
Because fuck this guy, and I want a bone lion.
Okay.
So just, kind of being there when he wants to turn a different way, shadowing him, making him, kind of being creepy, to where he's trying to get away from me.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds really cool. That's definitely a stunt. That sounds like you're maybe using physique for this.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like that. So that's what we'll use.
Blocking him off physically
Yeah.
definitely sounds like a physique thing to me.
Yeah. And I'm using finesse so that I can kind of quickly be where he wants to be every time he tries to move.
Yeah,
so.
sure. Sounds good to me.
I did that to a guy at a con once in real life who was creeping on this chick, and it was really satisfying.
It is.
Because he was way drunker than I was, so I was just wherever he was, I was, and he was like, "Why are you following me?" And I was like, "Cause you creeped on that girl."
And then
it was pretty great.
The last of my charity stream stunt dice on this roll, which are 4 more, so that I have a big old handful.
It's satisfying, right?
Yeah.
It's very satisfying.
I tried, one of the first things I mentioned was rolling fewer dice in Exalted, and Monica and Neil were both like, "No, you have to roll lots of dice in Exalted." And I was like, "Okay, maybe 100."
Maybe 100.
No, maybe not 100.
Yeah, no, we've done a pretty good job of keeping the pools to 20 or less.
Yeah, but it's still fun to be like,
oh, it's totally fun to be like, and then let them all go.
5?
5? 5?
5.
Okay. You are everywhere. As he is very clearly trying to avoid notice.
Mm-hmm. But I'm better at that than he is.
You are way better at that than he is. And you are magically empowered in ways that he is not. So every time he thinks he's gotten away from you, you're there. Over and over again until you've basically backed him up into the part of the party room where Agrav is standing, who is this very tall, taller than Varys, long, lean, dark Skeleman, because I've been drinking and it's 12:44.
Skeleman!
Imagine
long, lean, dark Skeleman. That's my type.
Yes. Imagine, okay, if you've seen Soul Eater, what Lord Death looks like from Soul Eater, but imagine that, but actually scary.
Okay.
And
I'm leaving it to the 3 of you to. Yeah, I'm leaving it to the 3 of you to actually say something, because otherwise you're gonna break my mystique of being the looming presence that is hemming this guy in.
This seems like a diplomacy corps action.
Yeah, this definitely seems like a job for the
But I do have a bone lion, so I can attack him with that if I really need to.
It is bonus scary.
According to my my charm list, my bone lion acts as entry and antagonists. So
yeah, that's.
I don't know what it does.
It will have comparable stats to some sort of big predator, but currently that is entry and antagonist.
Entry and antagonist.
So you've been driving him towards our host, right?
Yes.
So there's sort of no mistaking that he is now kind of freaking out as he sort of maybe backs toward Igrav.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll wait till the is he going to bump into him?
Do you want him to?
I think so.
Yes.
All right, then yes.
So wait until that moment where Crow just freaks him out so much that he takes that sort of unthinking step back and bumps into Igrav, and as they kind of turn, I assume, to face each other, be like, "There, you should ask him about the name of his sword." Say it to Igrav.
All right. He looks confused at you,
Mm-hmm.
Why would I ask this?
This is my trust me face.
Go ahead and give us a social roll of your choice to get him to trust your face.
Okay.
Trust my face.
My face. Let's go with integrity
Okay.
and finesse.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Dice are not for kittens.
Dice are not.
My cat tried to steal a die earlier.
Keep trying. There's one on the floor that she's been batting around, but no, now she wants these ones. 1, 2, 3. 3 successes.
Okay. He's like, and shrugs, decides to take you at face value to trust your face, and then turns to loom over Grave Doorbell and says, "All right then, what is the name of your sword?" And this guy panics and tries to run again
But I'm
instead of
standing right there.
answering.
And there's a bone lion.
Standing right there.
Right there.
And Paul the Bone Lion is right next to you.
Paul the Bone Lion. So there's nowhere for him to go. Out of character, what are you trying? What's your goal here? Do you want him to like break down and confess?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and if he tries to run, I'm gonna like punch him out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll kill him too, but we also want him to confess first. We want people to know why we're killing him.
We want to go like full Ace Attorney villain breakdown.
Okay.
I just have to say this so that everybody knows, because it may not come up because we may not have combat, because I have a crossbow that I will pull out. It's bayoneted, and it is called Terminal Rail.
Nice.
And this one, I will just have this out pointed at him. Like,
Okay. All right. This sounds like a great time for our party Eclipse to maybe convince him to have his full-on Phoenix Wright villain breakdown.
Somebody redeemed hydrate, so we should all hydrate.
Oh, I'm out, but
I have hydration.
That's all alcohol, y'all.
This is
Hydrate.
I don't have anything to hydrate with up here.
I have water.
I would like to use mode of discerning technique and ask you exactly one question. By doing
Okay,
so.
exact me one question.
How could I get Grave Doorbell to confess?
Oh,
The question is, how do I get blank to
confess to blank, right? So how do I get Grave Doorbell to confess? Grave Doorbell is really obsessed with the underworld as its own entity, and is against the idea of the underworld playing nice with Yushan and the hegemony of heaven and their control. So provoking him into confessing that, either by poking at these things he believes or something like that, would get him to Phoenix Wright villain breakdown.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to think of how to phrase. Yeah. So, she'll like emerge from the crowd, probably with Rock still holding a couple of like shrimp
cocktails. Yeah.
But she'll like deliver like that, like the final like this is like the summation where the protagonist is like, I figured it out, and I'm trying to think of how to word it because it's getting really late here. Like doing the whole like, oh, it's such a shame that you couldn't bring your pitiful ambition to bear here. Who would have thought you could even get it this far? But now, now we know what you were up to, and the underworld and you, Sean, will still be able to unite over this, over how pathetic you were, and basically like trying to be like, it doesn't matter that you even like succeeded at this, because what you were trying to stop is still going to happen, and it'll even happen like to spite you because of how bad you were at this, to try to get him to like basically defend himself by confessing.
Fantastic. That sounds like you're aiming for persuade.
Yo.
And this is in line with his major virtue, so that makes it easier. So go ahead and give me that roll, and that is also a stunt.
I'm gonna use an excellency for free.
Use it for free.
And 2 dice. I'm rolling quite a few dice.
Rolling quite a few dice.
I got 7 successes.
Okay, wow. All right, so is there anything else you want to do to him on this list of things you can do as a social action? Because you got Persuade easy.
Yeah, I got Persuade. I got 5 more, I think. No.
Yeah.
I have 4 more.
4 more, yeah.
4 more, sure. Wow.
You can try to weaken his intimacy to the independence of the underworld.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I don't know that I technically like know about it yet. Well, I guess because I had the motive to yeah, I want to weaken his intimacy to that. Like,
sure. I mean, it's the
like,
end of the
actually like
session,
erode it by how fucking mean I'm being.
Baby
Yeah,
man, little baby
I
man.
also want him to like start to go, oh, my life is a lie, like that level.
Yeah. So you succeed so catastrophically that he does in fact like Phoenix Wright villain breakdown. It is also late for me too, so I'm not going to ham it up as much as I could. But he like flips out and like falls to his knees and like yells about how like you never should have done this. The underworld needs to remain its own realm. I will never accept the rule of heaven. This was just a ploy to seed their agenda into our world, and I thought I could do something about it. You'll never find the weapon, and you'll never get her back.
She's just like taking the shrimp out of her cocktail. And then looking at Igra, like, well, there you go.
The chairman just looks utterly fucking shocked that this dude confessed so angrily. And then Sad Ivory does in fact come running over when he freaks out and has handcuffs.
It's just the magic cups.
Rock goes, oh, she is the magic police. And she turns to the god and is like, well, I can, if you'd unlock the fucking manse, I could take him into heaven for questioning. And he takes a minute to like recover from the emotional whiplash of what the fuck just happened, and knowing that right there is the guy who murdered his own chosen. And then just very quietly says, I'm coming with you, and then gestures his hand and releases all the locks on the manse. Then he turns to the circle and is like, while this was deeply upsetting, and I'm sorry that you had to be here for part of this, I am extremely grateful for your assistance in helping me solve this problem. If there is anything you need from the Department of the Underworld Relations or the Bureau of Endings, please look me up.
So
Can do.
I could count on you for assistance in the future if I so needed it.
Yeah, of course.
Would you like to shake on that?
You're not a 10 animal, are you? I mean, he will.
I'm gonna mark off my major intimacy is done.
I mean, he sure will shake on it, though. You're not a 10 animal.
Come on, it's the last part of the game.
Fine, go for it. I mean, note to the audience that this is an iconic anime effect, but I'm gonna let you do it. Sure.
I go iconic.
You can't just go iconic, friend.
I thought you could send a mote to just raise your anima like reflexively. Am I speaking out of
No,
my
you made that
out
up.
of my ass?
Just gonna
Yeah.
build power over here for a minute.
No, it's
Hang
cool.
on.
All of
We're
us
just-
join hands and flare our animas. Iconic. I can't do that. I don't like that. That was fun.
yeah,
We should do it again sometime.
We should
guys.
do it again sometime. So we have like 5 minutes. Do we want to take some questions from the audience?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
if anybody
just-
has any.
so that I
Kind
can
of forgot that we
actually
had an
donate
audience.
in time. I'm making my donation now, so I'm cutting it off at $812, which
Wow,
is
Danielle.
actually kind of regretting this decision, but I'm doing it.
We did it. We made you regret
You
it.
made me regret it.
So that project that I was going to ask you to pick up that you didn't have time for, do you need that now?
Maybe yes.
However, amazing. And thank you, Danielle. You did not have to do this. No one made you do this. You're doing this out of the goodness of your heart, and that is really, really sweet of you.
So hopefully, yes.
The point is that this is going to be over $2,000 for Transgender Law Center, and that's awesome.
Now,
That's amazing. They're an amazing group.
now, if anybody wants to top my donation, good luck.
Yes.
Yeah, if anybody wants to throw like $1,000 in randomly at 1 a.m, like please do. But you know.
Y'all have 3 minutes left. You really not going to ask me any questions?
Yeah, we're here for questions.
Yeah, you can ask us.
Oh,
anything.
Kyman, yes, question.
All right, go. Type like the wind, my friend. Projects. Does project cover things like artifact forging and sorcerer's workings? Yes. It also covers things like investigation. It also covers things like travel. It also covers things like basic extended actions that aren't any of those other things. Each version is a slightly different take on that, which giving suggestions for how you can like impose obstacles and the complications for failure and the advantages that you might have.
Fall Sideways, we are giving you rules on creating your own exigent charms. So each exigent can still be unique. It will not be a conversion from Exalted 3. Someone else asked, Monica, how does the chef hat make you feel?
This chef hat makes me feel amazing.
Will there be a LARP version of Exalted? I think the answer for that is talk to Paradox.
Yeah.
Yeah, the answer for any future projects that aren't currently on the list is talk to Paradox White Wolf, because that's not what I'm in charge of. Like, I have to send them things for approval.
What's the specific mechanic for failing during a project that still allows the game to progress? There's literally a thing that says, here are things that might happen if they fail.
Yep. A lot of it is failing forward. Most of our failures in the game, we'd like people to fail forward. It's very much like Story Path in that regard, where it's you fail, but, and this thing happens in the future. Or this thing happens that gives you a breakthrough.
Someone wants to know how much we've streamlined the system. A lot. Like, I go watch the other stream. I cannot answer that in a minute.
There are 3 attributes.
Yeah. So how do things like evocations and there is a minute left. How do you think I'm going to answer the question? Like, how do things like artifacts, evocations, and crafting work? Artifacts have evocations. They're still there. They're a charm. You get them from having the artifact. Crafting is a project. We just talked about projects.
Yeah. Also, it's finally time for cat.
Cat time. I'm out of drink.
I have a little bit of drink left.
Cat. Best martial art.
Prismatic arrangement of creation.
What is Exalted?
I rewind the episode and tell people that. How many modes do people get to play with? So these Essence 1 characters, were all Essence 1 characters. They have 5 modes. Just to put that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're all Essence 1. You can be up to much higher than that.
Yeah.
I'll take one more question if anybody has one.
Yeah,
That's it.
more.
Last question.
Anybody?
Next thing I see is the last one. All Exalt types, Diamond MX. Every single Exalt type. All 10.
Yeah, all
That
10.
is how many Exalt types we have rules for. That's why every playtest that we've done a mixed Exalt party. And that's because of this. Like, that's part of why we want to do that. So everybody they're balanced. They might not be equal. And that's something that we talk about a lot in game design, is that balance does not mean equality. Balance means that they're all fun to play together.
And also all viable choices. You will not feel bad because you chose a dragon blood in a mixed party.
Exactly. So they're all valid choices. Dragonbloods actually get some bonuses for teamwork, even with people that aren't other Dragonblooded. So we made that fun on purpose. It's almost like we want the game to be fun. But yes,
Almost.
they're all there.
Yep.
And all the evocations, artifacts, crafting, everything's in the book. It's all there. It's all in one book. Yeah, I'm very excited for it. I don't believe we managed to do it in under 160,000 words.
We did, though. We
Yeah,
did.
no, it's beautiful. We do not do release dates, Diamond. Thank you so much for asking. It's just a thing that Onyx Path does not like to do. However, it is in final drafts right now, and we're rolling into some play testing. So I would say, give it a few months, and we might start talking about a Kickstarter, depending on the approvals process, etc. So I'm not going to say 2 months. I'm not going to say 5 months. I'm not going to say 10 months because I don't know. But because Point Wolf has the final word. But we are in final drafts now. So that's all I'm going to say. But yes, trans rights, please donate to the Transgender Law Center, even if you did not donate during the stream, or donate to any of the other charities that we donated to, because we have done quite a few charities this week. I think we have some more content coming this weekend.
No,
This is the last one that
No, this was the last.
Are we the last one? Well, we've always got content on our channel. Yeah. I don't know. We have really great charities, though. Yes. And please feel free to donate to them, even if we are not doing it anymore.
Yes. Excellent.
Always support.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out, for watching, for donating, for making me donate nearly $1,000. It's more than I make on some writing projects, so.
You're telling me.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm a way newer writer than you.
Yeah. Also, here's our last reminder that everything you saw tonight is subject to change. So if there's stuff you didn't like, it may still be in the works. This is still a play test.
Mm-hmm. I'm still putting Monica notes on things.
Yeah. We just had a big meeting about it, and a lot of notes went back, and our authors are working on improving things based on our in-house testing and based on these tests too. Mm-hmm. So we're working on it. Just the last disclaimer.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. Thank you all very much.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a good night.
Good night.